called?
Oh, Jesus, Brandon! What'd you do?
They're gonna high five inside of you.
Oh. A fireball. Bruno, stop it. I loaded Nick up on Trin and Viagra. I shaved Brandon.
I want to play a game.
Say hi to Eli. He's racially ambiguous, and Brandon, his hair is fucking fabulous. And Donut, a dark joke disposition, and there's a fat electrician. Welcome to Unsubscribe.
3, 2, 1.
I pre-cracked a little, sorry.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast.
1 and
I'm
3
joined
men.
today by Eli Doubletap, Fat Electrician, Clint from Bunker Branding, Jenna from Demolition Ranch Lore, you may have seen her, and Brandon Herrera and myself, Donut Operator. Thank you for being here. This is Doug.
Hi, welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
God, you guys are in the mix of the big demo retirement
Yes.
Yeah.
send-off.
I mean, I'm fine. I just work at Bunker, so Bunker's doing great.
I'm kind of
This
cut,
one over here,
you know?
on the other hand.
You're like, God, my wife's fucked.
Yeah. I'm fired, but that's okay.
Dark
I don't know
humor.
how that. Yeah, I would love
Sorry, it was like
you
let
get through
go. It's
Yes.
fine.
Yeah.
going in a different direction.
Yeah, whatever.
Retirement.
Let
Yeah.
go with glowing recommendations.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true. I'm
For
letting
everyone that
everyone
doesn't
go.
know, you guys have been with Bunker and Demo for how many years?
I started in Bunker Branding in 2018, so basically since the beginning. And when did you come on?
I've been
Matt?
working for Matt almost
on
4
to
years. Almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because didn't you guys know each other like way before any of this?
No,
Or-
so we moved.
No.
Yeah.
We moved
Wow,
to Phoenix. We
I
got the
was
job.
off
Yeah.
on their lore.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought you guys were like high school friends or some shit.
No.
No.
We didn't
So-
know them until 2018.
Yeah,
I
I,
guess.
actually didn't know what Demolition Ranch was when I took the job.
No, we had never.
No shit.
What
Yeah.
What a fucking.
I thought you guys have been Bernie buddies and you ran together all the
No.
time.
I don't even remember. You moved out here for
I
this
mean,
job, didn't you?
we became really
Yeah.
close friends once we lived here,
Right, yeah. When
but
we
we didn't
moved,
know them before we got here.
Yeah, we obviously we worked together a ton and we got really close. But no, I
Way off on
way
lore.
off. Yeah, so I've been in the screen printing and embroidery world for like almost 15 years. And when they started Bunker, they bought an automatic screen printing press, assuming that it prints shirts automatically, and it does if you know how to run it. And that's when I came in.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Came
like a
in to help.
CNC machine.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, it makes parts by itself. Well, yeah.
Yes.
You have to know
got
which
an
buttons to
engineer to
push.
run it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. And
It
so,
seems so easy in theory.
yeah,
So if you guys are unfamiliar, Bunker Branding basically does the merch for every single one of us.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so they brought me on because they needed somebody to run production, and I guess I'm good enough at my job that 7 years later I run the whole day.
Were they in the current warehouse at that point?
No,
Or
no,
Did you
this
show
was-
up to like Matt's garage?
No, I was right
The in-between.
after Matt's garage. So there was
Okay.
Yeah.
probably 9 months from like started Bunker to when I came on.
Because I remember the first warehouse. Because the first time I ever
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
down was maybe like, I don't know, 2019? I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, they were just renting that one.
It was the mural, like the painted mural on the
Oh,
wall.
yeah.
Like everybody was huddled around a fucking space heater in October because
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when I started, we had like 4 creators maybe and like 8 employees, and now we're over 70 with
Yeah.
way more than 8 employees in a
Yeah.
12,000 square foot warehouse with 3 shipping containers outside because we still got too much shit.
And now you're expanding. The
Yeah.
fun part of new business
So
is
it's going well.
expansion. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going great,
Yeah.
but then you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Run out of space really quickly. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a fun time. When did you guys?
I love that you never
Blurry
knew
minds.
that. That's
Yeah.
really funny.
I was way off. I
Got my job
literally
off
just
of,
assumed that's why you were in
yeah.
the position. Like,
Nope.
nepotism.
Hard work, not
No
nepotism.
nepotism. Yeah.
Which is awesome. That's-
Yeah.
So then you guys just became. Well, you guys were together, but then that's how you expanded into like, meeting Mayor Matt and
Yeah.
then that friendship, and
Yeah.
then bringing you aboard. For
Right.
that.
Once we moved here and I met Mayor and hung out a few times, we all, became close friends. And then Matt brought me on later on to help him like organize his life a little bit. And that kind of just grew from there. And then now here we are. That's about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It was, back end of Demo Ranch was always just kind of crazy and unorganized, and because it was always just
Just a bunch of dudes.
just
yeah.
dudes
I mean,
like,
it's true.
I
Yeah.
guess we'll shoot this today, and then
Yeah.
like, did anybody order it? Like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
And he was like, maybe we should get a woman in here to shape things up, and
Yeah.
so Jenna came on board, and really
Worked out pretty
crushed
well.
it. Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
funny, like, because like it's obviously you have to run it like a business if you want it to succeed.
Right.
Right.
But at the same time, how the fuck do you stream it? You can't Amazon streamline a bunch of redneck shooting shit in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like it's not a thing you can
Yeah,
do.
no. I mean, we would have a content board and kind of get ideas out, and then I would just start ordering and try and get as much planned ahead of time as we could, so that everything was ready once it was the day to kind of just get it done.
Yeah.
So,
The hard part is probably scheduling stuff out with everyone's.
yeah, it never. I mean, I could put a million things on the schedule, and it will never happen exactly how I want it to. But
No
we got
stress.
pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I always say it's like herding feral cats with all of the men in that world, but they kept me on my toes, and I was very entertained always. So that helps.
That's
Jenna, molest that mic.
Yeah, get in there, girl.
close.
You want me to get
Closer.
closer?
You can bring it as close as you want. Bring it as close as you want. So when
We won't make you do the rite of passage that we all have to do.
Deep throat the mic. Is
Yes.
that what you're
only for men.
There was that
Go.
one.
Clint, go.
Yeah, no, Clint,
Yeah.
we need to see your fucking stats here.
Hold it next to your forearm first. Tell it it's good.
The thing is, that's a big old boy.
Oh, jeez.
That one fucking clip from like 100 episodes ago, just you and me just randomly just like looking at each other like,
Can you get your teeth over it?
not trying hard enough.
Are you sure you wanted to do this before you're looking for jobs?
Yeah. Yeah. I love this.
You're like, this should set me up for success. Man, what is this?
No.
Play?
This is great.
Yeah, I mean, so realistically, like the hope is not have to go back to like the real corporate world.
Yeah.
I mean, can you after doing this for 5 years?
No.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. It's like,
What's Jenna's name? The
Tard Wrangler.
The Tard
Yeah.
Wrangler. The Tard Wrangler.
that's a
Can you
new
put
one,
that
but
on
I'm
a
here
resume?
for it. Yeah.
She wrote
get a
that
plaque.
book up there.
That's what I'm going to make merch.
That's her
There you
book.
go. Yeah.
Teaching the mentally retarded by Jenna.
At least getting them to do their ads
Like,
on
what the
time.
hell?
That's funny.
I love it.
So we are.
So you fire me, I call you a retard. It's just,
Hey, what goes around comes around.
Yeah. This episode's going to go out after he's off the internet, so that means I'm assuming he's not going to consume any content either, right?
Yeah, right.
it'll be good.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
you're watching this episode from your house as he's knocking on your door.
Shit. What was the hard part of like when I want to know when you met like these guys individually as they came into the
God.
circle, what the thought process was,
Oh, no.
especially if you're not used to it and you're like, "Fuck, dude, is
Well, I mean,
beginning?
it took a lot of getting used to because like I didn't know anything about YouTube or the YouTube world.
Yeah.
I just knew screen printing.
Didn't you tell me that when you first took the job that you were explaining to one of your buddies that you
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I accepted the job, still not knowing like entirely what it was. I just knew it's a good opportunity.
boom, perfect."
Yeah, it was a good opportunity to like. I was running the production side of a small screen printing shop in Corpus for a little while, and there wasn't much growth there. The only people above me were the owners. It was a small shop, and it was like this. Like, let's take a leap.
In Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
We lived
man.
in Corpus for about 11 years.
Yeah.
Corpus is one of my favorite city because it's basically like Myrtle Beach mixed with Blade Runner. Just all the fucking smokestacks with fire coming out all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking
industrial everywhere.
The best,
Beautiful beach.
The best explanation I've heard, somebody said it's a sunny place for shady people.
Yeah,
time. Nice. Yeah.
So then that kind of checks out.
And every place you eat smells.
yeah. There's a lot of
no
crust.
fucking
We
You,
call
you
them
know
crusties.
you're getting close when you can smell it through your car. Like, home.
Here we are.
I've been once.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was like, "Oh, that's great."
yeah.
I mean, it was fun.
It was all right. It was a fun
yeah.
city to live in. It was big enough that it felt like a city, but it was also small
Yeah,
enough.
we're
that it didn't
originally
feel
from,
like you had
like-
to go really far to get
Yeah,
places. It
like
was-
30 minutes down the road, a small town that's outside of Bernie already. So this was like also kind of coming back to home. But yeah, like I took the job, still didn't really know what was going on. Know nothing about firearms, nothing about YouTube. And I was texting one of my buddies. I was like, hey, I just got a new job. I'm gonna be moving back home. Like,
How'd you apply in the first place?
so I knew a friend of a friend knew about the job, and she was like, "You need to try this."
and
like,
knew that he did screen printing like previously.
she's like,
So
"You
she called him and was
should
like, you
go
should
out
try
for
this.
I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I applied. I came in. pretty much got the job on vibes. There was apparently a dude who like
There's a funny story, actually.
Matt's big on vibes with high.
Yeah.
I have stories about that.
yeah, it came down to me and some other dude who had like run screen printing shops for like 30 years and had like all the experience and was like but he just was like an old dude that like took 5 smoke breaks like
During his
their
interview.
interview and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I came in and was just like a young cool guy, and Matt was like, I would rather hang out with this dude every day than that dude.
Right.
And that's how I got the job.
You're basically getting to choose your neighbor.
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So I text my buddy. I'm like, hey, I got a new job. Like, it's going to be totally different than what I used to do. I'm going to be making merchandise for YouTube channels. And he was like, oh, cool. So something like Demolition Ranch? I was like, no, like actually Demolition Ranch. And he was like,
then he
shut
freaked
the
out.
fuck up.
Instantly.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go run production at Bunker Branding. And he was like, that's fucking crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. And that's
Some
the first
YouTuber
time.
I've never heard of. He loads random shit in shotgun shells and spays cats.
Yeah.
Like,
That was the first
Yeah.
time like the enormity
puppies.
of,
Kills puppies.
Huge on that.
yeah, kind of set in. And so, but meeting everybody else too, like you realize everybody's just a normal dude. Like,
Yeah. With a little spice.
Yeah, the first time I met Donut, he came in town. Y'all were doing like less than lethal stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that was a
And it
while
was,
ago.
yeah, it was a long time ago. And then when first time you came in town, I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was during y'all's like AR beef.
Yeah.
And we went
Because the original video was we were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Eli was in that.
Yep.
Oh,
It was
really?
before I
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
I knew Eli.
That was the first time shooting with Matt, and I was used to how I film stuff and watching Matt. And he's like, oh, we'll do this. I'm like, oh, this is completely like running. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing it.
Yeah.
But then
He was
see
still
how
filming
well
on
it does, and I loved it.
GoPros, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like it was. Like that was the first time he's like,
Yeah.
well, how would you shoot this? I was like, I just walk with it if I would. And he's like, okay, and you do it. But that was the first time seeing that style, that ease of content being filmed, and like how
And it works.
blows
Right.
everything out of the fucking water. And
Yeah.
then like hang out with these
Yeah.
guys. Not you. You have like so much research that goes into yours. Cody has. Oh no, you with your shootings, you actually do a lot of research on your shootings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So
shootings.
Brandon, you're the only one. No, but
I'm just a shitbag, I guess.
no, but
It was crazy, like, the first time hanging out with him and seeing, like, the biggest gun tuber ever. Like, I get to hang out with fucking Demolition Ranch. And it's
Yeah.
like his brother-in-law with a fucking camera. Like a GoPro.
Yeah, those early
Yeah.
years.
It's like, oh, shit.
We
He's just like us.
Dude, we literally learned how to run and gun, like with cameras, with actual firearms. But
Shit, I forgot. The fanny pack camera shit?
oh yeah, the ones that Demo and I carried around for a while. I
Yeah.
learned that from him.
He still does. Yeah, he still has that. He keeps it like right here.
it makes
Forgot
sense.
about all that.
Yeah.
When we wrote out his skit for that Predator versus Special Forces video, they had the script and I had my script, and Demo.
So did he?
Well, it was
He doesn't script.
no, and I told
Yeah.
Matt they were
It's
like,
like Predator
okay,
versus
yeah,
Special Forces.
it's usually off the
Did he?
cuff most of the time. Yeah.
Dude, I learned how to vlog from Matt.
Yeah.
Like, cause he carried his little fucking pouch around on his hip with the little point and shoot camera, and so I started doing that, and that's how I got my channel to like 600,000 subscribers, my vlog channel.
That's why you guys started seeing the donut fever dreams.
Yeah, the fever dreams.
Right.
hey,
But I learned all that from him. Just like, hey, people just kind of want to see what your daily life is, and I started doing the same thing, and yeah, I got to fucking almost 600,000 subscribers now because of
Yeah, it's crazy.
carrying my little fucking camera around on my hip.
Yeah.
he was the one that for his direction, he was the easiest person to give direction because again, he's done how many videos? Hundreds, thousands,
Thousands. Yeah.
thousands. So that was the only direction I gave. I put it on a tripod. I was like, "You're doing one of your videos. Here's all I need at the exit." He's like, "Oh, done. First take." I was like, "Cool, we're done. We don't need angles. Demo's doing demo."
Well,
Yeah.
because you're coming from Hollywood. You're coming
Yes.
from like Corridor Digital, like them having massive fucking camera
Yeah,
equipment.
the highest quality. And,
30
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
on set.
Yeah, 30 people
Yeah.
on set, and you have Demo with his little fucking point and shoot
Yeah.
camera, just like this.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite kind of YouTube, though. It's just like, oh, we don't need like a fucking Hollywood production. We're like 3 fuckheads in the woods with a gun.
Yeah, it really is. We make jokes all the time because we hired on David, and he's like excellent with the camera. He has so many skills, a lot of things that he's done. And we brought him in, and he had like a gimbal the first day. And
Oh,
Matt's
yeah,
like,
go on.
take that off. He was like, we don't do that here. Let it be shaky. It's fine. Like,
We
had to,
don't
like,
do that here.
We had to severely like dumb down his work for the channel. It was
Even
really funny.
with Class Warfare, he starts it with like, "Hey, this is gonna look way better than you guys are used to."
Yeah.
Like he starts that
Yeah.
episode like that. I'm like, "That's
Yeah.
fucking chef's kiss."
It's hilarious.
But it shows what works and what doesn't. That's
It's like
why I
hiring
love
like a
it.
professional muralist to be like, no, finger paint it.
Just rip it
No
low.
brushes.
It is really funny though, because so many people like are afraid to start YouTube or like start
Yeah.
content of any kind because they're like, man, I just don't have the budget for like a fucking editor and like a nice camera and lighting or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, all of us started on that fucking
Yeah.
shit right there.
Yeah.
Not me. This didn't
First
exist when I started.
7
Well,
videos.
You got like a Nokia flip phone.
I didn't have this thing. I was like, oh. But it is, what was it?
The barrier to entry is so low now.
Dude, your
insane.
iPhone. There's
Yeah.
a new movie getting filmed all on iPhone. That actually
28 years
That's
later.
crazy.
Yeah, a full ass movie getting
That's
filmed
really
on iPhone.
crazy.
Not like an independent film, like a big fucking
Like a real,
budget.
yeah.
Yeah.
budget.
Wild.
And because all the control you have on the iPhone Pro is like next level. And then going into, I will say, having a podcast, which is the lowest, in my opinion, was like the lowest barrier of entry on like cameras and gear or anything. And be like, oh, that's not going to do anything. I like to do cinematic shots. I want movement. I want all this incredible shit. And now it's just 4 sticks. I love it. I appreciate the
It's a
shit
lot
out
of
of
work,
it.
right?
But
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Well, because it's entirely personality based now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, you've
Right.
taken equipment out of it for the most part.
We still have a nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not really. Like,
No.
you know, like we're not in like a real studio or anything. Like,
I
it's
know.
just, we threw this together in a kitchen.
This is a living room. This is a living room. For
nice.
anyone that does not know, that can't. I mean, yeah. Now with the other one, you get to see the actual.
But when you have to
The back.
succeed off of people talking for 2 hours, it's like, oh,
Right.
God forbid you actually have to have personality.
Yeah.
Or either be interesting or funny.
Yeah.
Or both.
Or both.
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, and that's the
Exactly. Hope you're
success
not the
of
lol cow type.
all of
Yeah.
you guys in general. Like the one thing I've learned about YouTube is when, especially when it correlates to merchandise, anybody can watch a video about a police breakdown. You know, anybody can watch a history video or a podcast. People watch it because they want to see you do it, and that's where that breakthrough happens, right? You're not just
right.
filming
Where the numbers
whatever.
go up, yeah.
It's because you're doing it or because you're doing it. Like that's where you see the big jump and stuff.
Yeah.
Is the personality behind it. Like you can just do ASMR videos and get tons of views, but like nobody cares about your channel.
Yeah.
that
They care
way.
about you. Yeah.
Right.
Building that
It's true.
community.
It's the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink.
Oh, no.
Community.
But it, I mean, that's
But
it.
legitimately, like there's stories that I already know about. But if I see you do a video on it or Wendigoon do a video on it, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking watch it anyway. I know 90% of this, but
Yeah.
Right.
fuck it. Like I want to see the
Right.
people I like do it.
Yeah. It's the way you present
Yeah.
everything.
It's like fucking like Waco, something like that. It's like I know the story of fucking Waco. I
Yeah.
know what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched fucking Wendy do it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even
4
like,
hours.
I watch your videos of police shooting breakdowns that you've showed me the raw footage at brunch.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you
But you
want to
still
watch a
watch the
murder?
video later on. Yeah.
Hey, you want to see a dead body?
Literally that.
So,
Of course, it's morning.
Yeah.
you guys know how Mikey got hired by Matt?
No.
I'm curious
Who's
what your
Mikey?
story is.
Huh?
I said, I'm
Oh,
curious
shit.
what your story is.
Mikey's his name, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
But which-
made me feel like
yeah.
Mikey for a
You
second.
could put up the picture, Chase, if you could, of Mikey from Demo
This is
Ranch.
Mikey.
Yeah. So I was hanging out like the first time I ever filmed with Demo. I think we were strapping like dog shot collars to our legs trying to shoot, and it was me and Admin competing for an LMT.
I didn't watch that. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we have this LMT, and we're gonna have a shooting competition, and whoever wins gets to take it home.
Did you cheat?
And I cheated like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Oh, straight
He
up.
didn't budge, and I was like, "Why isn't he moving?" And it was supposed to be shocking
Well,
him
no,
the
the
whole
other part
time.
because they set up Battleship, and we had to walk up with a shotgun and point blanket, and there was cans of shaving cream on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I stuck a couple of cans of my shaving cream out of bounds, and Mikey
peeked around.
Mikey comes up is like, that's out of bounds, and I go, I know. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I'm not losing to Admin.
Yeah,
He's a gun
yeah,
YouTuber.
yeah.
He already shoots better than me. Fuck him. So we did that, and then like
How's your new LMT?
it's awesome. It's the one that's on my coffee table in the background of all my videos. I have a little
It was a
spotlight
funny day.
shining just
Yeah,
on it.
y'all were
and then like
hilarious.
the final event was we were shooting like 100 yards away at a big operation map, and we had to shoot directly through the holes while a dog shot collar was strapped to us. So I don't give a shit about getting shocked. I wasn't phased at all, so that gave me a pretty big advantage too. But
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Mikey. I was like, how the fuck did you get this job? You just homies with him or what? And he's like, no, bro. I was on Indeed, like the job website, and responded to a job as a ranch hand.
I hired Mikey.
And then showed
Yeah.
up thinking he was going to be like baling hay or feeding cows or some shit. Like,
It's
now
really
we're
funny.
putting Lego heads in a shotgun shell.
Yeah, so when we put
Load
things
this
on Indeed,
MP7.
yeah, when we do things on Indeed, we don't put Demolition Ranch for like obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I asked Matt, I was like, what about just ranch hand? And he had done that before back in his hometown. And we go to meet him at Black Rifle for an interview, and we like show up. I made Chocolate go with me.
Did he have the mullet
Because I
then?
didn't want to go meet a dude by myself. And we go out there and we start like interviewing. We were like, so have you heard of Demolition Ranch? And he was like, yeah. And we're like, do you want to work for it? And he was like, yeah. That was literally it.
Immediately
That's
disqualified.
the story of Mikey. Yeah, I mean,
you
usually
know
if
Demolition
they're-
Ranch?
he didn't freak out. That was the thing. If they
Yeah.
like light up like they're a super fan, then it's a hard no.
Yeah,
But
I've been
he
hiring
didn't. He was
people
great.
for Bunker for 7 years, and
Yeah.
there's tricks to know. Like,
Yeah.
you bait them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to hire people in this arena.
There's a right answer and there's a wrong answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
However you answer this means this interview's over in my head.
Yeah,
Just to check out, you're like,
yeah. It's
Do
true.
I know Matt Carricker? Here's my shrine.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well,
Right.
you know.
hired. This will be hilarious.
Yeah,
What's Matt's middle name? Oh, you know it. That's a red flag.
that's a no. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh God, poor Matt. I'm the one that fucking doxes him, as I do all my friends.
You did do that one time.
I did do that one time.
You do that
Wow,
a
I
lot.
don't
Just
remember that.
once.
What? Weren't you the one that did admin without his balaclava on for the first time too? And
Twice.
we
Two
saw
Oh,
the
different,
no.
two different times.
Was it on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember being
No,
like, I
I-
don't think you're supposed to show his face.
Yeah, it's like the second or third time I came out to hang out with Matt. I was filming his dog, and I was doing my vlog thing. He taught me to do that.
He helped you
to
with that.
vlog things.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your friend's phone number in
Yeah.
the show. That's what
I
he taught
remember
you.
that. His dog had the fucking
I didn't
his
realize.
phone number on
Yeah.
his collar,
Whoops.
and so he was like, "Hey Cody," Matt calls me. He's like, "Hey Cody, did you dox my phone number?" Because he had people calling him.
Oh, no.
I was like, "Fuck, dude, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that." Shit.
Whole Geraldo
It's an honest
over here.
mistake, yeah.
Cody's like hanging out with the boys is like Delta members, showing where they are. So I didn't know.
Well, the funny part about the admin one, at least, is like if you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't.
You
know.
wouldn't. Yeah, they would never recognize.
But
right?
and that was back when he was still like very heavy, like hiding his identity,
Yeah.
Baba and everything. But like if you knew, you were like,
What? There was like 2 people in the comments that picked up on it because we're in.
I know
we're in-
those eyebrows anywhere.
Yeah, we're in Salt Lake City, and I paid the dude way too much money, the DJ, to do the Sardaukar chant from Dune. The home
in a club
Yeah, in a club.
and just
yeah.
piss off everyone there.
Yeah,
Oh, he scared the hose. It was.
That's so funny.
It was like full of college kids that were like just fucking vibing out,
Sure.
and then that comes on.
It was
That's
the last
hilarious.
time he ever did that.
You didn't do it again?
No, that's
funny.
a lie. Cody goes to a
Is that your thing
Cody's
now?
drunk, and Cody, there's a bunch of people on a dance club. Cody's walking up to that DJ.
Here's $1,000 to ruin their time.
And my buddy does that with Enya.
I love it.
fucking funny.
I laugh.
We did it after the live show in Dallas, like last cycle, with a Papa Meat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Brandon, you ever wake up in your bed feeling like you just fought in a war?
Yeah, why do you ask?
You ever wake up and feel like you slept in a sauna?
Yeah, I believe that's called night sweats.
Means you got a trash mattress, Brandon.
Why are we talking like Macho Man Randy Savage?
Cause today we're talking about our premier sponsorship, GHOSTBED.com. GHOSTBED mattresses are built with cooling technology, so you're not sweating through your sheets like some street bum. You stay cool, comfortable, and most importantly, you sleep through your night. I got you for 3 minutes, but I got GHOSTBED all night. You know what's longer than 3 minutes, Brandon? Any sexual experience I've ever had. GHOSTBED's 20 to 25 year warranty. And you've got a 101 night free trial to test it out. Ooh, yeah. And you know what, brother? They don't just sell mattresses. They have bases, pillows, sheets, the whole empire. empanada. Just pick your mattress and grab a bundle. And right now, GHOSTBED's giving you 50% off everything. Just use unsubscribe at checkout and save 50%. Head over to ghostbed.com/unsubscribe.
That's ghostbed.com/unsubscribe.
Use code unsubscribe.
Or I'll show up under your bed and make ghost noises until you do. Go now. I just want to reiterate, none of this was in the script.
I don't know. We started talking like Randy Savage.
Yeah, the first time we met admin was in an elevator. Like I think it might have been at a SHOT Show event somewhere.
It was at one of the parties, one of the SHOT Show
Yeah,
parties.
me, Jenna, David get in an elevator. This random dude gets on with us, and we're just like, "Hey, how's it going?"
We hadn't seen his face
Like,
before.
"Oh,
We genuinely
nice
didn't
to
know
meet
it was
you."
him at first.
And then like elevator dings right before the door opens. He pulls out a ball of club and puts it on his head.
were
And
like,
David's like, "Oh shit!"
it was really funny.
That's how even PSR, when I went to grab him, like went down the elevator, was like, I have no idea what this guy looks like. Why did I go? He's like, oh, he waves. I'm like,
Yeah, I think that was the last thing you said before you went down. You're like, I hope he knows what I look like.
yeah, zero fucking clue on that one.
Make you feel good.
He took his goggles off.
That was
A
good.
big eye
See
reveal.
the eyes?
Yeah.
Just the eyes?
Just the eyes until he's comfortable doing. I don't know. Did he
No,
say
now
if
they
he's
got
gonna
him.
do it a full mask reveal ever, or is it
I
just
don't
to
remember.
keep separate?
Is it a profession thing or is it just a
Kinda.
just
yeah.
okay? That makes sense.
Can't say what he does. I'll tell you after, but it's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
He prints, shoots, and repeats.
Yeah.
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 Smart, autistic level of detail in printers. You guys had a heyday. When the comments are saying it's like, man, Eli got out autismed. I was just
One
confused.
out, two with autism.
I was just looking at Cody. I'm like, I don't know.
I was rewatching that because we were all just like, we had a long week, we were drunk, whatever, but like we went in the weeds, and Eli's just like, yeah, I totally know.
Me and Eli are looking at each other just like, I have no idea what they're fucking saying
He
right
lost
now,
it.
man. Yeah,
I still feel that way when everybody talks about gun stuff.
Yeah.
I have no idea what any of y'all are talking about.
Me
ever.
and
a
it
different
was
language.
like it wasn't Vegas. It was the time we were all together before that. We might have been here. I forget where we were, but Zach was there, and it was me and Zach were like in the rooms next to each other, so we had all like split up for the night.
hotel
But me and
rooms?
Zach like took the same elevator up, and Zach is just like, "Man, I really need to find what I'm autistic about." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because at dinner, like 20 minutes prior, was right when the Luigi guy had shot that CEO.
Yeah.
And you literally, in the first time seeing the footage, go, "That's the problem." Like immediately, you're like,
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're like,
Oh.
it doesn't have a whatever device.
Yeah, it doesn't
for
have a
that.
Nielsen device on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
idiot.
Like,
On, like, looking at the grainy security camera footage as it just comes out, everybody's like, it's a BNT Station 6, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, fucking retard's got a fucking Glock with no Nielsen device.
You didn't know.
Zach is like, he's just how does he know that? I don't understand. And then me and Zach were just talking about it for the next week as everybody on the internet's desperately trying to figure out what's going on. It's like, yep, Brandon was right in 4
you were talking
seconds.
about veteran with a sign.
Yeah.
Veteran with a sign.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Isn't his autism cardboard?
Why, God, why?
New bunker
He's really
shirt.
good at cardboard. Really good at
Handwriting.
Yeah.
It's just, I just want a stick figure with a sign that just says my autism is cardboard.
That's perfect.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
What size?
Yeah. Let's speaking of that, what are some shirts you've had to say no on?
Yeah.
Come Alicia, I think was one of them.
Come Alicia. They
I mean,
said
hey,
no.
It might be back on the table again. I don't know. Maybe when Matt says he's getting off the internet, how
They
off the
reject
internet?
our medicine so they can sell their cures. They say we can't have Come Alicia shirts.
All right, just to tell you guys, sometimes us, the unsubscribed people, we will bring them T-shirt ideas, and they're just like, "No, we can't print that. We can't print that."
For every Come Alicia shirt, you get 2 tickets into Matt's raffle, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Clip it.
He can't be mad if he's making money,
You're like,
right?
this goes out after.
Wait, yeah. I can still get fired. Hang on. Let's
You still need one income, guys. Come on.
Oh, fuck.
What's our new one for? We have silly geese on there.
Cyclists don't go to heaven.
Cyclists don't go to heaven.
That checks out.
I
Yeah,
approve.
I'll get working on that on Monday. That's a good one.
What?
Yeah.
Cyclists.
We-
and
we-
Oh, y'all haven't done that
We
yet.
already have the art for it
Yeah.
too.
Email me.
Or there was the other one. All cyclists go to hell or something like that.
It's a more aggressive way of saying
Yeah.
it.
It's got to be like the all dogs go to heaven cover art, but
Yeah.
a little bit different.
Yes.
Cyclists get pissed in the comments. I know Meat had that, and then when he
Really?
did the fat people one, Papa Meat's like, I didn't give a fuck. I'm gonna just tell him when they attack him. He's like, dude, I'm a fat piece of shit. I don't care what you say. I'm
there's
like,
a-
God bless you, Hunter.
There's also a
Go.
difference between somebody who rides a bicycle and a cyclist.
Yes.
Those are
Agreed.
completely different breeds of people.
Yeah, I agree.
What bothers me is the thought process that goes into like, I'm really into cycling. I feel like there's like levels to things, you know what I mean? Like, I need to wear a full-on fucking skin-tight singlet
Yeah.
to reduce wind resistance is like
With like the butt pads
elite
and stuff.
level like competition thing.
Yeah.
You
Like,
can
if you're-
still exercise without that suit.
If you're a
I know that,
hobbyist,
right?
like I'm more
don't know if
aerodynamic.
they
Like,
do.
bro,
Yeah.
you're 45 pounds overweight and you're on your way to a brewery. Let's fucking calm down.
You're 62
okay?
years
Like,
old.
You haven't competed, period.
Also, if you're in the fucking lane that thousands, like a vehicle that weighs thousands of pounds should be in, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Unless they can go the speed limit, then they shouldn't be on the road,
Which
right?
props,
That's how I look
if
at
you're
it.
on the highway
Yeah.
going 65 as a cyclist, dude.
I'm gonna hit you with my car.
Impressed, right? I just gonna run him over instead.
I literally have. I was gonna say I've done that, and I've never hit a cyclist in my car. I want
Play it
to.
back.
But I've come around the corner before, like up in the
And
hill
gotten
country
close,
and
yeah.
whatnot. Where like I'm driving the speed limit. I come around a corner and there's fucking 10 middle-aged guys doing 30 under
Yep.
On a
around a
two-lane-
blind corner. I'm
yeah.
like, if I hit you, I feel like that's not even my fault.
No.
But yo, we're gonna.
I don't know what the law would say, but yeah, I
My
agree.
bicycle, like I'm treated like a car. Fuck you.
They don't go to heaven, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Play
Yeah,
Jeremy
make that straight.
Clarkson's part right here. He hates
My favorite time as
Good.
a
Jeremy
police officer
he hates
was
cyclists.
watching fucking 10 cyclists run a stop sign and pulling them over and giving every single one of them a
Shut up.
fucking
That's
ticket
awesome.
for running a stop sign.
And that's why you're a hero.
Yeah. America's hero.
Don't belong here.
What was
I
the one
approve.
shirt, or what shirts did you say no to? Because we had like Militia.
you want me to
I
get you the
never
Burger
say-
King crown?
You never say
No
no.
to them.
You kick it to the.
I have a boogeyman that I get to say no to. Same thing. Like I tell my employees, like anytime you need me to be the bad guy, say, "Hey, my boss wouldn't let me do this."
That
Like,
asshole.
it's fine.
Yeah.
You're the boogeyman.
Yeah. Which,
In the right circumstances, yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's been, I mean,
Not that many, right?
we did have for
Is
a
all
hot
yours? He's
minute.
like, yeah, actually.
The You Miss shirt was up for a little bit.
Oh yeah, they did take that. down.
He
but
started catching a
Matt
bunch of
Fink's
shit for
like,
that.
you know what?
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't sell a You Miss shirt 48 hours after the guy tried to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
didn't
didn't
know
know
that was a
about that
shirt.
one?
No.
Yeah, no, but it was like legitimately like it was like a rub it in your face, like Trump's still here, like that's
Yeah.
fine. Like, it wasn't like a bad thing. Or
Yeah.
anything.
Well, I mean, yeah,
But it was-
they're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I do remember during all that shit because I had a shirt that was up that.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was completely innocuous until that happened. Then it was like, all right.
was it, huh?
Even Asmongold talked about it.
Yeah.
Because I had a shirt that it was right after my congressional run, and it was just the red, like we had hats, I think too, but it was the red hat, like make politicians afraid again,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
which was the
right.
whole like that was the
that
point
was your
of
whole, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to be afraid that I'm going to take your job.
somebody
Not
takes a
shooting
pop
in the
shot at
head.
the president, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, that doesn't.
Yeah, the
that
comments
does not
lit
look good
up
on
about
paper.
that. I forgot about
Context needs to be there on that one for
Right,
sure.
yeah.
That was the one time I think you guys reached out. You're like, hey, we're taking this down. And I'm like, heard.
that. No argument. That's fine.
Yeah.
We ran a silly geese shirt there for a minute.
That's what he was talking about. The you missed
You missed one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we try to separate it too, right? Like, yes, bunker branding is a brand in of itself that we're trying to push and sell, but also like we're just the medium between your merch sales and your fans. So like,
So you haven't decided if you're a platform or a publisher.
Kind of.
Yeah, so you get to live it. So you
Kind
get to
of.
live it
Depends
that
on
way.
the
Bunker
shirt.
has a line too. So
Yeah.
That's
like,
not ours.
Yeah.
Hands off real quick.
yeah, like
Because I remember that we had that conversation with Unsub because they're like, look, we have a lot of like Bernie moms that like go to softball practice with us, can we please not have a shirt that says "cum" on the front page?
Because it sold really good though, and then that's that devil on the shoulder.
It's hard to argue, right?
That
was
one
our number
was
one.
an email
Yeah.
that we blasted out.
That was your bad.
Yeah. It was the big. The shirt's still for sale.
But it was just a big email blast for
Just-
every.
Yeah.
Cum.
300,000 people.
So you blasted cum at 300,000
This
people.
big, yeah. And
Whose idea was that?
so we didn't even think about it. So we have a graphic designer that designs all of our emails. A new creator on board, just grab some of his shirts. So we grabbed
the
a
most
bunch of
recent,
shirts,
yeah.
and like that was just the one he picked. And as we're approving it, we didn't think anything of it. And then like, yeah, as soon as you open it, it's just
He probably knew,
Here's a
and he did
s-
it anyways, and was like, "This is gonna be hilarious."
A lot of boutique owners downtown very upset.
yeah.
Bernie can be that way a little bit.
Talk about the fucking boutiques in downtown Bernie.
Oh my god.
What? No, I do. Let's go.
Do you not know this?
No.
What happened?
Oh, you guys definitely have to know about this.
Maybe, I don't know. Enlighten me. I'm not sure.
What are there? 27 boutiques in downtown Bernie.
My
Yeah.
conspiracy theory is that rich guys in Bernie literally just buy their wife a boutique,
Yes.
so she has something to do to resell Amazon jewelry, so they can fuck the babysitter.
It's a tax write-off, right? Can't they use that?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It makes sense.
But they just wanna get
haven't
their
you guys
wives out of
seen
the house.
the,
Yeah, I mean,
the meme
just get
for
away from me.
income levels?
The what?
The meme for income levels where it's like both parents are working. One parent works with a stay-at-home parent. One parent works and spends a bunch of money, and it's like the top highest income level is one parent works and the other one has a business that loses $80,000 a year.
All of those
Bernie, I
shops,
think, yeah.
it's money laundering. I don't really know what money laundering means.
Clint's
What is
convinced
that?
that they're in the back.
Like-
Yeah.
So I
We all
have-
know something's up.
Something's off.
No one's
Across
buying
the board.
$500 tops.
Yeah.
Like,
Ever.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's
No
dead.
store
Anytime
down
I've
there
ever
has
walked in, it's
people
dead. Yeah.
Going in and out.
I'm like, how do you keep this open? It doesn't make any sense.
From a person who has a business in downtown Bernie.
Right.
Trust me, no one's buying shit.
Yeah.
A lot of foot traffic there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yours is like right off Main Street too.
yeah.
Really close.
But
yeah.
you know, it's like it's for fun, right? It's like
Yeah, like 50 skate shop. That's for fun.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to have a skate shop. It's not making me any fucking money. It's breaking even every single month. I will tell you guys that honestly. But
Yeah.
walking down Bernie, like one time I just decided to walk like just down the main street. There were like 27 fucking boutiques.
Mm-hmm.
And they're selling this, like you were saying, the same shit, just like Amazon shit.
Yeah,
that
they
you
all
can-
order from the same people for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's literally the same
Yeah.
in different
Definitely.
places.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, we had to get used to, we clearly don't look like
Bernie
the
people.
normal people of Bernie. We
Oh,
love you
trust me,
guys.
they think
We have
I'm
no
fucking
idea what
awful
you're talking
too.
about.
Yeah, I walk in with all my tattoos at the school, and the moms
look
are like,
white.
That's true. So
we do have that going for us.
Yeah,
That's about it.
when
That's
we
the next quote. Roll it back. You look
Sorry
like
for
we
all the
have that
cracks,
going
guys.
for us. Jenna,
Listen,
Put that on the fucking monster.com.
why is this on your resume? I'm white.
Privilege, please.
oh, y'all are gonna make
We're
me
gonna
regret
get her business
this.
cards. White card wrangler. Name, phone number, email. That's it.
white.
You have my
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
The cover letter.
Yeah, it's quite the town. I mean, I love it. It's nice and safe for our kids, but
It's a great place to raise kids.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The one bar that we go to sometimes, I've got the card.
Oh, the upstairs one.
Yeah.
We'll
I've
just
got
say
the
the
card to go
upstairs
up
one.
there. Yeah. And sometimes they're like, "Do you belong here?"
That's my favorite.
It's like
fucking
you're saying
thing.
with the tattoos.
Yeah.
Fucking, like what?
I'm going way back to like the baddie days of like first moving to San Antonio and whatnot, like years and years and years ago, when we all went out to that fucking nice, like really nice steak joint.
Yes, I remember. Dude, yes.
And we all like all the guys got up to go use the restroom, and because like we're not dressed like
Were
it's
you wearing
nice
a cum
place.
shirt?
I wasn't.
Were
but
any
like-
of you?
A lot of cut off sleeves, tattoos, everything. They body blocked the front door. The
And
servers
Oh.
stood in front of the door, so we didn't
escorted
walk
us.
out.
Escorted us because I was like, "Hey, where's the restroom?" We'll take you. It's like two people escorted us.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
You think we're gonna run from this fucking place?
They're like, oh, there's a bunch
Yeah.
of Mexicans and white dudes with tattoos. They can't afford this place. I'm like,
Yikes.
well,
They thought we were
fuck.
gonna run out on them, and yeah, did that.
We were the only ones in flip flop shorts, t-shirts. Everyone else, this is like suits, dining out,
Yeah.
like an event. They're like, what are you celebrating tonight? I don't know.
Thursday.
We're hungry.
Yeah.
We dropped in.
I wanted
good
steak.
food.
That's
A
enough.
room of slacks, gingham t-shirt with a puffer vest on.
That's
The,
casual Bernie for sure.
That's the
yeah.
upscale casual Bernie.
Jeez, they stopped me at the dealership that one time, the Ferrari dealership right there. Did I ever tell you about that one?
No?
Yeah, so I had just gotten back from Key West. I had driven a Ferrari around like a exotic car dealership.
This is you and Chuck, right?
Yeah, me and Chuck Liddell. Like we went to a exotic
right?
car dealership. Yeah, down in Key West.
That is where Key West is.
Yeah.
And so they,
I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that part. I was like, oh, did he put that?
so they were.
I'm also retarded.
I'm sorry.
They were really cool about it, and they gave me and Chuck a yellow Ferrari to drive around Key West for the weekend. We were like super grateful for it. We drove it around. I get back here to San Antonio, and I go to that dealership right next to the. It was the
Right off the highway, right?
yeah,
Right off
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
highway.
Mhm.
Next
Yeah, right
to
off the highway.
The Brazilian place. The
Yeah.
steakhouse.
Yeah.
So like I was kind of thinking about like I like Ferraris a lot, and so I went in there and I was walking around, and every single person in their office would they would look at me and go, I'm like, dude, I'm seriously looking at Ferraris right now. And
You're
like,
missing on a commission, bro.
Every
Like-
single person would look at me and go,
Yeah, you didn't get help for like 30 minutes or an hour?
I didn't get help at all.
Oh,
like
even
I
worse.
was wearing a
Crazy.
t-shirt and a backwards hat, and I was like, hey, I just want to check out this car right here, and every single one of them.
We pulled up to
That's
buy
wild.
Nick's Toyota and a McLaren. Oh, it was like,
That's pretty funny.
They can't ignore you when you do that, I guess.
That's pretty funny.
sir.
I'll never forget when I was like, I don't know, fucking 19. There was a Lamborghini dealership past where like I had to like drive a bunch, and I showed up one day like just as a 19-year-old kid in a fucking t-shirt, and then for whatever reason I was doing something where I had to wear like a suit, and the difference in treatment
That's crazy.
between just like being a kid in a t-shirt and a kid in a fucking like full suit.
Yeah.
Immediately everybody wants to talk to you. I got a free fucking notepad, like, you know, shit. They're like, oh yeah, don't have this, whatever. It's like, wow. Like,
Yeah. And we never
it's
do
real.
that as individuals, policing or anything.
Do you mean profiling?
I would be the same dude at a Lambo dealership. I'm like 99% that dude with the backwards hat and shorts ain't buying no fucking Lambo.
Trying to get a test drive, get his ass out of here.
You're just the 1% donut. I'm like, fuck, I missed the commission. God damn. You know we would all do the same fucking. Nick walks in with this shirt.
I'll
on.
take top,
Walking
yeah.
into places. That's my favorite.
I feel like you have a much more honest conversation that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. It's way better.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's funny.
It's a hard one. Like,
You know, stereotypes exist for a reason, I guess. And
See?
I was just
Only hot takes here.
it's a blast. What are you guys doing now that you're going to be running bunkers?
Yeah.
So that your job
Nothing really
That's not
changes
going
for you.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing changed for me. But
I am fired. We'll say that again.
yeah,
So we're going to start a YouTube channel. I think we're going to do
Nice.
a lifestyle YouTube channel. We filmed our first video and it's going to be edited on Monday.
Yeah.
We're going to get it out and then we're going to launch it and just run with it. We've learned so much over these past few years about YouTube and like how it works in the business. And I think we want to try it. I don't see
Yeah.
why not. I feel like we would miss out if we didn't give it a shot.
Vlog buying a boutique in downtown Bernie.
I mean, that's next on my list. You know?
yeah. So
There's
like,
not enough of them.
Yeah, I'm only going to hire people with tattoos.
Good.
Yeah.
so people have the entire
No
time
one's
I'm-
applying.
the entire time I've been at Bunker, everyone's always like, "Why doesn't Bunker have a YouTube? Bunker
Right.
needs a YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see what's going on." Like,
Yeah.
it's a real business where like we actually work and we actually do stuff. So
Right.
like, if that happened, my job is now figuring out like, all right, I showed you the screen printing press already. Like, you know, now we got to go bigger and bigger, and we got to
Yeah.
write content where we shut the building down because we got to do fantasy factory style
like a
stuff
fun
to
day.
keep people
Yeah.
going. But if it's like partially what our channel's going to be, you know, when stuff pops up, I can film it with my normal day to day, so people can get that look behind the curtain at the bunker.
I mean, at the same time, like you guys were always doing cool stuff. Like when Chocolate was over there and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like you guys did like the team, like was
Yeah.
it
Y'all came to that.
dodgeball and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
There's
Like,
always
stuff that
cool-
really
there's
wasn't
fun
even
stuff.
filmed.
Yeah, we just,
definitely.
you
You
know,
guys just have a fun culture.
yeah, last
Yeah.
time you were down, that guy was barbecuing. Like,
Dude.
Oh yeah.
That's stuff that happens.
What
not,
is it? Argentinian
Yeah.
barbecue?
Yeah.
Bro.
Alfredoni.
Just open flame.
He's awesome.
He made like
Barbecuing.
empanadas and like pineapples and all kinds of shit.
Banana.
And
Yeah.
we had a
This is my grandfather's recipe.
no, we had a
Argentina, you say.
Oakville and Call Me Chris and all their friends came out to like have a tour of Bunker, and like
It was the perfect day.
Uber takes
Yeah.
one bite of an empanada and just looks at me like a deer in headlights. He goes, "Bro, I don't know what's happening. This thing's so good, I want to start fighting people." Is all he said.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
idea.
Cody, look. What? Not at me. Not look at Brandon.
What? What?
Yeah, that's right, Cody. Those are Stealth 700s by Turtle Beach.
Do you mean the ones that have an 80-hour battery life with quick charge?
Cody, they're also noise canceling. Watch. Brandon, put on your headphones.
The thing I hate about Texas is these they're horrible. But the food is really good. That's the one thing I have to say about them.
I don't know what you said, but I'm sure I agree with it.
I wish I had those headphones for that.
When I was a kid, I always wanted Turtle Beaches. These were like the be-all, end-all. Like, this is what all the cool kids had. But I was broke, and so now it's cool that I finally have a set.
When I was a kid, those didn't exist.
The Stealth 700s have the first cross-play dual wireless transmitter system, which means you can seamlessly switch between your PC console at the click of a button.
That's a mouthful.
I'll show you a mouth. Turtle Beach doesn't just have amazing headsets. They have every gaming accessory you could ever want in high quality with prices that don't break the bank.
Head over to turtlebeach.com and use code UNSUB to get 10% off your entire order.
Buy a beach turtle.
Kill them. After your purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about their amazing products. Please tell them Unsubscribed sent you.
Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today.
The Stealth 700s give me an edge and escape from Tarkov. I can hear footsteps way better.
And if we know Cody loves one thing, it's edging.
Head over to turtlebeach.com. We love you.
Buy a hammer, go to the beach, find a turtle.
Now that you mention it, he is a twin.
What? I don't get it.
Y'all don't get that deep into the Nazi
you
lore?
trying to Mengele?
Yeah.
Quick goes deep dive into Nazi.
He's like,
Let's go.
oh, we'll get
you're
you the
talking about
history part. Don't you
I'm
worry.
just too gullible. I thought like, no, really?
No, yeah. He's not. But yeah, everyone missed.
As it turns out, if you freeze dry one of the twins, they die.
What's the YouTube channel going to be called?
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna call it the Sanders.
For us, yeah, we've kind of spitballed a little bit on that to figure out, and we haven't landed on anything.
Yeah, but
outside
yeah,
of
it'll
just
be-
about us. So he's going to show Bunker. We're going to show our actual an in-depth dive into our life and what it looks like in this crazy
Yeah.
work world. And so I'm also going to be. We haven't really talked about it yet. I'm going to start a channel with Mikey and David, and it's going to be a bit of a spin-off channel from Demo Ranch. And he's going to tell his fans, be like, I'm not going to be here anymore, but these guys are, and they're still going to do this fun stuff. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No idea
Yeah.
when this video comes out. So
yeah,
I don't know
when he
if
leaves, there's
anything
going to
will
be a
live
void
yet.
in that
Yeah.
space, you know.
Because
So.
if you guys don't know, there's a crazy background lore to all of us, especially them
Yeah.
just hanging out at demo all day.
Yeah,
So
we've
I'm-
been on the
I'm-
channels for a while now.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to seeing all that
Thanks.
you guys do.
We're excited.
And
Even
that's-
with all of us, it's like, even though, you guys just aren't on camera all the time, it's like you
Yeah.
guys have always been there in the background.
Yeah, we're around
directing
all of the
everything.
time, so we see the way everything works all of the time. So we want to jump in.
Yeah,
Like,
we're already
it's gonna be fun.
basically in the world. We're just not like main characters
Yeah.
yet. And that part is a little scary. Like, do people actually give a shit? Like, I
gonna
think
find
I'm
out
funny.
really
Am I
soon.
funny?
Find out.
Yeah.
Like, it's the hardest part.
Yeah.
But viewership will let you know. It's like 5 views. Fuck.
Yeah,
So is Off the Ranch going away too?
yeah,
Yeah.
everything's going.
Damn,
Everything's
holy
going away?
shit.
He's done
I
all of
didn't
it,
know
yeah.
that part.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
Yeah.
That
there's
makes me sad.
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well-
Kidding me?
Well, we had that question of what's going to happen with this next generation of YouTubers with their kiddos. Are they going to hand it off, or are they just going to
Yeah.
shut it
Yeah,
down?
that's what
we
I was talking to you about that. It's like eventually when I leave my YouTube channel, because I have 1,020 videos now on my main channel.
That's
It's like,
a lot.
what do you do when you just retire? You
Yeah.
just give that to your kiddo?
I have a fever
know.
dream that John is going to go become a security guard for a little while and then just start doing security guard video breakdowns to troll you, and it becomes immensely popular.
That would be hilarious. Honestly, that's a pretty solid
probably
idea.
work.
Yeah,
Such
it's
a
kind of
good
funny.
call.
That's great.
and
Yeah,
then
because we're the first generation of like YouTubers, people to do this type of stuff. So what do you do
Yeah.
when you're done with it?
Yeah.
I always wanted to like hand it off to like one of my boys or something like that. Like if I got to that point, a
Yeah.
few years from now, where either shit's just like declining, or like I just I'm done. Like, I just want to retire.
Yeah.
It's like hand it off, like kind of like Spider-Man. It's just, all right, Miles Morales, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your mask.
So they're gonna try that. With,
Yeah, I mean, that's what
Jenna
we're leaning
liking
into
it.
with,
It's not gonna
with
be
the channel, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it won't be entirely
Yeah.
Demo Ranch, but I mean,
And we've all been on
Jenna,
Demo Ranch
yeah.
a lot, really more in like the last year. We've been a lot more involved in that and like in front of the camera
You
and
think
being
that
a
was
part
intentional?
of it. I don't know. I mean, if Matt really thought he was going to quit, we didn't expect it.
The
So I don't know.
mastermind.
I mean,
But-
that's a good
yeah,
question.
it was more of it started feeling like friends hanging out at the range and doing crazy shit. Like that's what we did and it was fun.
Yeah.
And so we want to keep doing that.
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean like
that's what we're
us
doing.
backing a truck up to a house and throwing a fridge through a window?
Yeah. Wait till you see the video we just did. It's pretty epic. I can't actually say what it is, but it's pretty funny.
This will probably come out in like what, 2 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be.
You can say it then.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So he rammed. he brought out the 510, and did y'all ever see the murder van with all the guns?
Yeah.
He demolished it and knocked down 3 trees in the process, and it was a disaster.
What's that? The gold van?
No.
No, the big red one. So Mikey, or we mounted guns all over it, and we did a video on that. But the van's just been kind of sitting around, and now he's going to be done with YouTube. So he was like, we should just smash it. So he rammed into it about 20 times. Yeah. He knocked down a bunch of trees on the range, and it was a mess. But it was fun.
I think the Goldie that you were talking about, that was the first time I brought John out.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
Goldie was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
We
Yeah.
destroyed that years ago. That was fun, man. My son had such a good time. He shot the fuck out of that.
I love
Light
that.
on fire?
Oh, because didn't you do it like
I
around
think
a
so.
circle?
Yeah, he
like,
he chained it and then let it drive itself around the circle while they shot at it. I think. Yeah.
And then that was the first time Whistling Diesel came down. We brought
Yeah.
it to behind the bunker, and Whistling Diesel brought Monster Max and
That's
crushed
right.
it behind bunker. So
Yeah.
like,
oh shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
A
was
lot of fun times.
It's just the more you talk about it, the more I realize like it's what a fun concept where your
Yeah.
channel is going away in a couple months, and
Yeah.
you're just like, man, we're just pulling out all the stops. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need to invest anything else into this. Like, let's just do whatever we want.
That's kind of
That's
what the
kinda cool.
feeling is in the office right now is like, what can we do that's big and fun and crazy? And we're trying, we're
like-
doing our best to think up whatever we can.
You have a show like How I Met Your Mother, where like the last
Yeah.
season is basically just a love letter to the entire show.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely kind of what it feels like in the office right now.
Dope to look at it
Yeah.
like that.
End of
Yeah.
an era, dude.
Yeah.
But then we're, like I said, hopefully everybody's super sad that it's leaving, and they kind of know us. So the hope is,
Yeah.
just jump on over to our channel. It won't be the same content, right? Like,
No,
we're
it's going to be different.
pretty different people than they are, just in terms of everything, right?
Like Matt's own personal hell, where all of his friends are still YouTubers, so he's not actually off camera.
Kinda, yeah.
He's just not making the money anymore.
yeah,
Pretty much.
but yeah,
But you have all the recipe for success.
Yeah.
It's a recipe for success.
right. We know how the business runs, right? Jenna's literally spent the last
Yeah, I've
4
been doing it
years
for a long time.
doing it for both Off the Ranch and Demolition Ranch. So like
Yeah.
that entry to like barrier of entry is not there, and it also helps that we know a bunch of famous people and they let us on their big ass podcast. So subscribe to our channels.
Cheers to that.
Not us.
Links in the description.
Yeah.
They pay us. No.
I still think this
Tell, give
is
me a
a
number.
I still think this is a small podcast until
Yeah.
like it's the people come up or anything.
Yeah.
And we are
Yeah.
the number 2 veteran podcast in the fucking
Which is
world.
so cool.
Like 3/4 of it.
Wild.
But yeah.
You're a true veteran, Brad. Did you
off.
see when
My-
you walk into this house?
I saw the fucking shrine you guys made.
I didn't make that. I came into that and I was like, who did this? I forget who. I was like,
That's-
I'll
I
bring
think
you
that
love.
one was Jake.
I missed the shrine. I'm going to have to look at that after.
Hard mess.
It's if you have all these guys will say it is if you know what to focus on and how to do it, you can be successful in the YouTube space.
Right.
Yeah.
So Prince Repeat, Mr. B said, he's like, give me a new channel without my face. I'll still build it up to like 5-10 million.
Yeah,
in a
which is
year.
crazy.
It was Jay Schlatt, I think, came over to demo that one time. Where he basically
Yeah,
had
I remember
admitted to building up a channel specifically for that. It had nothing to do with him. Didn't have his face. Didn't have his voice.
Yeah.
Anything. And like he built it up over like 100, 200,000 subs in like a year.
So crazy.
Because it's like you just know
Yeah.
how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're gonna
That's
try, but like
That's how Fat Files started.
Yeah.
I just want to see if I could do it again or if it was all just I got lucky once. So I just started the second channel and didn't really tell anybody I was doing it
That's
at all
funny.
and just uploaded the video.
What is Fat Files at right now?
I think it's about to break 500,000.
That's awesome. That's pretty quick.
There's a lot of people that don't know that I have 2 channels. So there's a lot of people that just think that the Fat Electrician channel uploads like random videos about businesses and hockey
thought that
games
was
and
pretty
shit.
funny.
That is
Yeah.
really
That's why
funny. Yeah.
I literally just I watched one. I was like, great video.
Today we're gonna talk about Waffle House.
Like a lot of the videos on Fat Files have like 1 million views, but it's only got 500,000 subscribers because so many people don't even know it's a different channel.
Yeah, that first one was what, Liquid Death. I was like,
Yeah, it
weird
was one of the first
transition.
ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Oh no, it's a whole new channel.
You pick up on it,
though,
yeah.
dude.
It
It's
is
just
good,
like
yeah,
it's like
it's-
popping me. Like when Meat Cannon decided to get away from Meat Cannon and doing his normal animation stuff, and he started doing Poppin' Me, and it's so fucking hilarious just watching any of the stuff he does. Like,
Yeah.
we all love your videos, and then when you started doing just not military stuff, you're still bringing your personality in there, and it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
humor
and
is
setting a new
so
audience.
on
Yeah.
point.
like we talked about it last time you were here too. Like, I wasn't in the military, even though everybody in Bernie thinks I am, because I'm
For
a
obvious
big guy with
reasons.
We
tattoos.
can make that a thing.
No, the amount of times I get thanked for my service is crazy because we're also in this world. Yeah, like we're in this world, right? So people just assume, and I look like I did.
Yeah.
And I always have to be like, no, I was a pussy.
You're smart. You don't say pussy.
I just like
Smart,
tattoos.
smart.
He'll go to HEB and people will be like, "Thank you for your service."
Yeah. But
It
yeah,
happens more
Mexican.
often than you
I never get that in Bernie. It's like an old dude seeing my license plate, and then I'll get a knock on the window. It's like, "Thank you for your service," and then I'm confused of why an old dude just walked over my car. And then I asked him, every time it's happened 3 times. I'm like, "Oh, thanks. How'd you know?" It's like the purple heart on your
yeah.
When you
Sounds a little more
guys,
obvious.
when you guys, before I became a host, when you guys transitioned from Batty's dining room to this house, all the neighbors thought Eli was a fucking drug cartel.
What?
I mean, think about it from their perspective.
Yeah.
A bunch of cars roll up.
Yeah. In this
one
neighborhood.
week a month.
Your
and they're-
McLaren pulls up
Yeah.
and he doesn't live here and he just like
That's true.
puts
You
a
pull
bunch
up
of
with
shit
a
inside.
McLaren. Okay,
At the
yeah.
time we started, as like I was rolling up with a Raptor, Brandon's rolling up with a Raptor, you're rolling up with your fucking dope ass car.
Yeah, Porsche.
It's like a bunch of
whatever.
really
Yeah.
nice
Yeah,
cars.
well, you were driving the Porsche at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch, and the lady, I love our neighbors. They are the sweetest people. But and they grab if we had a bunch of packages, they would take it and hold it for us or put them in the house, like in the
nice,
door
yeah.
code. But initially, they just thought drugs were getting ran through this house. So there was a stack
I mean,
of
that checks
boxes.
out. That's
There's 8 boxes, big boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the neighbor, she grabbed it and she left on the Ring doorbell. She was like, "I know what you do. We have your stuff next door if
Shut
you want
up.
it." And then moved it all there. And then I walked over and she's like, "What do you husband?" He's a Vietnam vet. Vietnam vet, awesome. And then she was like, "Oh, well, this and this." I'm like, "Oh no, here, come here, I'll give you a tour." And then afterwards, military, all that. She's like, "Thank you so much." And now they're the sweetest neighbors.
Nicest fucking people.
They thought
Yeah.
for sure
You just
I
have
was
to
a
prove
drug
yourself
dealer.
first.
You showed them the podcast house and was like, "Look, we're all veterans. This is what we do." Because even our guests coming through the house, just tattooed fucking dudes.
Yeah.
It's like,
And then you-
they're doing something shady.
And you have fucking neighbors where nobody is at the house.
Ever.
except
And
for one time
One
a
day,
month
there's 18 cars outside. Like,
Yeah.
all right, come on.
That is really
till
funny.
all hours of the night. And checks out.
Yeah.
I get it. And then,
Can't blame 'em.
especially houses like we have, at guys our age. And then you just have these massive groups of tattooed
Then you
fucking,
get-
No one lives here.
military age males.
Weird.
Yeah.
with $100,000 cars.
then you've got Shell walking around with her Irish accent, like the Irish mafia and the cartel are working together.
selling guns to the IRA.
Now they love us.
Show's walking through the front yard like, "No, I just manage them. I just do it."
Hard Wrangler.
Yeah.
You got your own.
I
Yeah.
like that.
We imported one.
Yeah.
What was one of your craziest stories dealing with demo and that entire era that you guys have been part of?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know.
A favorite story that hasn't hit the internet. Now that
Oh.
everything's kind of...
Yeah,
could happen. We just
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say craziest was the assassination attempt.
I would
obviously.
love
was-
to hear your
I
guys'
mean, yeah. So we were at dinner with Matt when it came out, and
with a bunch of people.
when we
There was
found out,
a-
we were having a giant friend dinner. And
Thanks for the invite.
sorry. Next time. We got you next time.
He sent us
All of us
that.
are like, "Oh, a friend dinner."
He sent us
Yeah.
that
Sorry.
text in a big group text. He
Yeah.
just goes, basically not so many words. Chad, am I cooked?
Yeah. So we were all sitting there, and Matt kept checking his phone. We were like, "What are you doing?" And I want to say it was Drew that texted him and was like, "Dude, he was wearing your shirt." And all of us were like, "What?" And I go and I look at my email, and every major news station is in my email, being like asking for us to talk to them. And I was like, "Oh hell no!" Like I'm not talking to anybody at this point, for obvious reasons.
Good journalists aren't people.
Yeah. We're not going to talk to them.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was insane. Yeah.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it was the second attempt?
First attempt.
The first
Yeah, the
attempt
first
on
one.
Trump's life.
But
But
that was
you guys
crazy.
were all having dinner, and he was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And Matt drops, and we were like, oh, no.
We pulled
Was it
up
Thomas
to the
Crooks,
dinner
I
party.
think?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, somebody just tried to shoot Trump. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, we
like,
saw it
and then
as we were
walk
pulling
inside
in and didn't
like,
realize.
So we're just kind of like chatting, like, oh, that's weird. And then we sit down for dinner, and Matt's just like,
It's like he was keep checking it, obviously.
Our group chat was on fire.
Oh, I'm sure.
then-
Because it was the hardest shit I've ever seen, where the guy gets, he got grazed, but he got shot at a fucking campaign event immediately.
Right.
Just, like fist
Yeah.
in the air. We
Yeah,
were all just
yeah.
like, he won.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Everybody
And-
was like, this election's over.
Yeah.
yeah. So then he like pulled us aside, and he was like, I don't know what this means.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
why.
think this is
like,
bad.
yeah. And
It was crazy.
It was a crazy week or two. We actually shut down the storefront at the bunker too because
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
were
didn't
worried
know.
about.
yeah, we just didn't
People
want
showing up,
Yeah,
yeah.
we didn't want people like coming in and asking just our storefront associate who just
Undercover
works there.
journalists.
Yeah.
whatever to do anything.
I mean, it was a media fest. Like,
You
that's
guys-
all they were doing.
But you did a really good job. You followed the rule that most people don't follow. It's like shutting the fuck up.
Right. Exactly.
Well, Matt made-
yeah,
And the strategy
100%.
behind it, Matt
Matt made a video.
He
and
did.
it was,
He
it
did
was
a
so
really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, and we were proud of him for that. And we were like,
Yeah.
he showed it to us before he put it live. And we were like, yeah, this is perfect. Like,
We all
obviously,
agreed
no one
across
wants
the
to be a
board,
part
like,
of any of this. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. You know.
Yes.
Watching, it was like they were in a militia. I was like, well,
Yeah,
they
you
have
coulda used a real
never
officer.
met any of these.
Yeah.
I was shitting my pants at the time because
Yeah.
I had just taken out a very substantial loan that my house was up against to buy into the company.
Was that
and
that week?
3 days
Oh my
later,
gosh, I
that
didn't
happened, and I
realize.
was like, "Well, that
Yeah.
fucking sucks for me."
I'm just glad that anybody who's tried to take shots like that has been just a complete shitter.
Really bad at it.
It's like, man, I'm so
Goodness.
glad it's only the worst kind of people that
Yeah.
suck at everything have tried to do this, because,
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Like
that we got really lucky.
You know, everybody talks about like the media bias and this and that, and like that was the first time we actually like
Seen it.
got to see it firsthand. Or like articles about
the things they were
calling
saying were so
the
out
Demolition
there.
Ranch
Yeah.
is a right wing like hardcore militia, and they called it the Demolition Ranch. Like, if you did 2 seconds of research,
Yeah,
you
it
know
was
they're called
wild.
the Demolition. You fucking idiot! Like, not the
How does
Demolition
it
Ranch.
feel?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
It was
Went
Like-
through about 9 months of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sucks.
so
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't hate the media enough, dude.
No, if you think you hate journalists enough, you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the lies they're willing to tell is really insane. And we saw that firsthand so quickly in those first 2 weeks. And we were like, how is this even possible that they can publish it? You know,
Yeah.
like it doesn't make sense.
That's
And it's all for clicks. Like, it's all
Yeah,
just to get a
always.
headline.
Right, yeah.
And they never correct it after the fact. And if
No.
they do, it's like a fucking footnote at the bottom of the thing.
Damage
It's all
is already
just-
done beforehand. Like, it does not matter what you.
Yeah.
There have been articles where it's like this, and it's like, oh, that wasn't true. But
You got it wrong.
They're professional clickbaiters.
Yeah.
Like, they
They're-
literally make their money
That's all
like
they care
we do.
about. Yeah.
I've
in the
said this
same
before,
way.
and I'll
They're
say it
supposed to be
again.
doing
They're
truth.
shitty influencers.
Yeah.
At this point, because all
Yeah.
they care about is clicks, but they're just not even good at it.
Yeah, that
No,
makes
I've
sense.
seen it for years, bud.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single what do I have? We talked about it earlier. I had 1,022 cop videos now. Anytime the cop does something slightly wrong, even it doesn't fucking matter if they were wrong or right, as long as the media gets their clicks, and that's
Yeah.
what they were doing with Matt there. Like, as long
Yeah.
as they get some fucking AdSense and they can get their clicks, like
Right.
that's all they were doing. That's
Yeah.
all they were doing.
the thing that
That's
drives me
crazy.
nuts about your content, though, is it's like all he does is defend cops. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, he's got a fuck ton of videos calling cops fucking idiots and saying they should
Yeah.
be fired.
You gotta
and
watch more than
whoever,
one.
like, I don't know. Like, I just
the one that you're like, have you watched these ones?
the one that I always share is the one that happened here in town while the kid was sitting in a parking lot eating a burger or eating at McDonald's.
Oh, we did. Yeah, Brandon did the McDonald's
I
video
forgot
with
about
me.
that.
Yeah. Like,
Where you
that video-
shot me in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We did a whole. That's like one of the only videos I have where we did a skit, and it
Yeah.
was with you.
That was really funny.
And yeah, so
The laugh track I loved.
I forgot about that. How the fuck did that not come up during the campaign?
Right?
That's a good point, actually.
I don't
That's
know.
funny.
Man, they didn't do their research.
Yeah, because that whole video, I'm like, you fucking idiot cop, you dumb piece of shit. Like, what the fuck were you doing? And no, but I'm a bad guy. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm with the fucking biggest UA guy on the planet making fun of this cop, but no, I'm a bootlicker.
That's the internet. You get like it'll skew it, push it out, and then it's
Tread
just
harder, daddy.
Yeah, fuck him.
But you guys recovered really fast from that incident.
Well, because
Yeah.
he handled it. He
Well,
handled
there's
it.
another.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
another attempt like a week later,
It's
so
crazy.
it got
Yeah,
overshadowed.
it's crazy how something that big, like how quickly
2
the
weeks.
dust can settle, and everybody just forgets. Like
Yeah.
no one has, no one's talked about it or commented about it
Until now.
at all. Well, yeah,
My
bringing
bad.
it up now, great, but
With the rule we follow, it's like give it 2 weeks, the internet will forget. If you address it, holy shit.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
everyone's gonna probably make a video on said addressing, and
You're
then
right.
You're also
Right.
you're leveraging your own platform to give it gas.
yeah,
Well, and he addressed it like so head on of
Yeah.
a like.
yeah, he really,
Obviously, I have nothing to do with this guy,
yeah,
and eventually, cooler heads did prevail. Of like, yeah, you're right. Like,
He was in a
Yeah.
unique situation where literally he did nothing wrong.
yeah,
no, you can't control who's
Okay,
gonna buy your
guy bought
merch.
his
You
that
know?
kid
Yeah.
went into his closet that day, just happened to grab that
Yeah.
one.
It wasn't a
freaking
statement.
shirt.
Yeah.
Or he had ulterior motives, and he was like, "I'm gonna make this look bad about guns," and he Googled
Maybe.
who's the biggest gun YouTuber.
Yeah, you
and
never
then
know.
I'm
he
gonna go
wanted to-
buy that shirt.
Or
Like,
he wanted to fit into a pro-Trump crowd.
right.
Like, there's so many different things.
Yeah,
Or
he
he
would
walks
just
by and
look
he's
at
like,
him and-
ugh, black today?
Nobody's gonna know what was going through that kid's mind other than
Yeah.
A
300
bullet.
Win Mag.
Well, we were on the same page there.
He was waiting to see it.
It was the free space and bingo, dude.
Yeah.
So,
I was waiting. I was gonna.
He's like, what do you guys take this?
What about you, other than that situation?
I mean,
What was the craziest
Like
ones?
it's just been a ton of fun. Like
That's
we get to do these crazy events, you know,
Yeah.
like the Cletus and Cars events
Those are so
some of the
much
most.
fun.
It's like
They're so
Those look
fun.
amazing.
You
It's
should go. It's
so
so
much
much
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just always forget.
it is hard work because we go set up a mobile merch tent and we just take enough people to run it. So like
Yeah.
it's a 12+ hour day where we're actually in the booth
They are crazy.
selling all day long. But
Yeah.
then at the end of the day, we get to watch. Like at the last event,
Yeah.
someone put a jet engine inside a minivan, and the
It was
back
so
wheels
fucking cool.
were spun off of the turns of the jet engine.
Yeah. And they
that
did a
was their
burnout with it.
burnout
It was
car.
so
like
cool.
it was
It was
fucking
nuts.
crazy.
fucking neat.
Yeah, it, was so
really
cool.
neat. Yeah.
Can we talk
my
about
heaven.
and like remove this, Chase, if you need to? But can we talk about the one fan that came up that was like chastising you over not having like a 13XL shirt?
That happens everywhere we go.
Really?
And that's actually not unique to what we do. We have that same problem at my old shop in Corpus. Like I have literally printed an 8XL t-shirt.
It's like a throw blanket. Like, it's
Yes.
crazy. Yeah.
And so
It's a
like
parachute.
It's a parachute.
Yeah.
yeah. And we get the same thing, you know, you don't want to
Why is it more expensive? Because it's like fucking 18 shirts worth of
Yeah,
cloth.
right.
Yeah.
Because it's 4 times.
But the same thing goes for like tall tees and women's cuts too.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there is a very small percentage out there. We've tried it. We sold tall tees. We've sold women's
Yeah.
cut shirts.
It's
The
not big
6
enough.
people that bitch about it are the only 6 people that buy it. Like,
Yeah.
so
And half the
that's
times they don't even buy it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So-
just want it to be an option so that
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
there.
Now we in a handful of our stuff we do go up to 6 because 6XL is something that we can like
Yeah.
get easily. We actually just did some of your stuff in 6 because he was like, "Hey, my name's the Fat Electrician, and the big boys can't buy my stuff. Can we fix that?" And I was
I
like,
mean, fair.
touche,
Yeah.
touche.
You gotta give it to him.
I got a lot of emails about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we daily's probably too harsh, but like at least one a week is something along those lines of yeah.
But like didn't somebody come up at
Yes,
an event?
it's always
Yes.
weirder when it's in person because they're genuinely pissed that we don't have it stocked. Like, no, we didn't travel states away with a bunch of 6X t-shirts.
yeah, I
Like,
can only bring so much
Yeah.
stuff here, and it's got to be the stuff that is going to sell. Like,
Right.
Turn their
there's
oxygen off.
1,000 people here. yeah,
genuine. Just,
but yeah, there's 1,000 people here that are size
Yeah,
large,
I know.
and you that are a size 7X. Like,
right.
I'm not gonna consider.
It's not
that.
realistic
I-
for us to travel with that,
shouldn't say it.
Do it.
but you're gonna.
We can delete
I'm
it.
gonna. If, we can delete it. Wear the same shirt every day. That's not why people are gonna think you're gross.
Well, even
But we
yeah,
love our
it's-
fans and we love the customers of Bunker
Listen.
Branding. I got to say that.
Yeah.
it's just hard when you're getting in those like 18. We would love to make a size 18 shoe for 2 of you.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
buying entire fucking molds.
Yeah, y'all
and
just are
doing
dealing with that with
design.
shoes
Like,
too. Yeah.
That one shoe is thousands of dollars to create.
We've heard from the shoe that we've been doing. People are like, "Can you make an extra wide shoe?" And as you're saying, it's like you got to get the molds for that. And you
Molds
gotta-
are $22,000. Just anyone per
Yeah,
like
it's just
per
not worth
size.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Just
per
for the
view
rubber
variation.
sole alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just
just not
something that we
realistic to do, yeah.
or that we decide because we hate fat people or we hate people with
Yeah.
big feet. It's just
That's not the point,
It's
yeah.
just
wish
business.
we could help you all. Like
Yeah.
we fucking wish we could print this much.
Yeah.
But
No,
you're,
I'm just
you're a small part of the community that we.
Right.
I
They're a
don't
large part of
sorry.
the community.
Okay.
Yeah,
Logistically, it's a fucking challenge.
Yeah.
And on top
Yeah.
of that, like maybe just wait for fucking RFK to ban seed oils, so you're not 800 fucking pounds. But
I don't think it's just the oil.
You might be a little more.
I think it's a progress to a lifetime of bad
we talk
decisions.
we talk about this all the time. Like, how many calories do you need to eat per day to stay that size?
Yes.
Like, no,
I mean,
I'm not talking about
Like
somebody who's
10,000, right? Like it has to
mi-
be up there.
Yeah, like,
like-
not somebody who's mildly overweight, but like my 600-pound life. Like, you need a crane to
Yeah,
get you out of bed.
I love
if
that
you,
show.
If you
I
bulk,
do.
it's a guilty
super
pleasure.
It is a
of ours.
guilty pleasure.
because
yeah.
you're having to constantly eat all day.
I can't
So
eat that
like,
much.
Yeah, so like if you're
Yeah.
getting that big, then how much do you have to eat? You're on a bulking diet.
It's
basically.
laws of
Yeah.
thermodynamics.
Yeah.
Period.
Not allowed to say that.
Well, at that point, they just
can-
stretch their stomachs out, so like they can just keep filling it up.
It's like, I'm
right?
big
Like,
boned. Like, your bones are like 2% of your weight.
Yeah.
It's like that's.
It's that X-ray where it shows like a fit person versus a fat person, but the bone structure is the exact
still-
same.
Yeah.
It's just everything else
Yeah.
tacked onto those bones.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it.
This
We're
is
going
true.
here.
Yeah.
I
He's
can't
been
fucking-
stewing on
I
something
can't
for a while.
fucking
I was watching.
stand getting on like fitness influencer Instagram and just having some normal sized like gym trainer be like, I mean, I would eat less and move more, and just autistic, heavy labored breathing screeching in the comment section of fucking women being like, you're not a doctor, you don't know that, people are different. It's like, no, this literally physics. Like, if you eat less fucking calories than you burn, you lose weight. Okay, you ever seen
Newton came up with this.
have you ever seen? And like my argument is, and how I know this is true for sure, without a peer-reviewed study, and I'm not a doctor. Watch any fucking footage from any POW camp ever. There's never any obese motherfuckers in the POW camp when they're starving to death. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you have too much of a caloric deficit, your body actually stores more fat. Like, tell that to the Holodomor.
Right. Like,
Yeah. You know, there is
I don't know what he's
like
looking up over there, but it's
there is like
I hate
genetics that go into it, right? Like I'm a naturally bigger dude. My whole family is just like on the
Same.
thicker side.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I
y'all are
have
built
to,
the same way.
I always joke, I have to work pretty damn hard to look kind of mid. Like I gotta work my ass off to be like, that guy's kind of in shape.
that's your first shirt, by the way, for
Yeah.
your YouTube channel.
There we go.
Kinda mid.
Yeah, start
It's
some merch.
fucking
That's a
perfect.
real good.
That's actually
Yeah.
really fucking good.
But
Get that
I'd rather
in
be
3 weeks at a time.
Perfect.
And we'll come up with this
I love
episode.
this. Yeah.
I'd rather be a little fluffy and be able to bench 315 than like
Yeah.
be 200 pounds and like hate my life because all I do is fucking eat
Just diet. Yeah.
yeah, chicken and broccoli. Like that sucks.
I feel like
That's-
it's important to say, like, we're not targeting people that are slightly overweight. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, if you want to be technical, I'm probably slightly overweight.
You're the
Yeah,
one
Like,
bleeding over into my optic. It's not my fault.
No, it's the 500, 600 pounds that's
Yeah.
the difference. Yeah.
when you get to that point where you're like on a mobility scooter every day,
For
it's
sure.
like, dude, you can't think that's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the idea of, and I'm being a personal trainer back in the past. It is one of like that's what sends
You're
me
so
into a
autistic. I'm looking at
fucking
your phone.
rage.
You're Googling laws of thermodynamics.
Well, I
watching
said
it.
Newton. I said
Dude.
Newton, and I was like, that's not right. I was like, I do not believe Newton. It was Rudolph Clausius and William Thomas that came up with the
Real-time
laws of
fact
Yeah.
check.
Yeah,
That was the
I
guy
love
that
that.
invented the
Lord.
figs.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta fast check myself. I don't think Newton's one.
I fucking hate it.
But it is like you being, and we've had amazing stories from the people out there of losing weight. They're like, hey, this is what got me motivated to do better, be better. And you will always, if you're fat and you're actually like progressing in that journey, it's like, you know what? I made a fucking mistake or a lot of mistakes to get here, but I'm stopping it and I'm going to be better. Versus the person getting on an airplane is like, hey, they tried to charge me for 2 seats. Yes, you fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
Why the f are you
When
on
I
a
get charged extra money because my fucking carry-on is too heavy, fuck you.
Yeah.
600 pounds, f off.
And yes, when you were walking down the aisle, we have a fucking seat in between us, and you're like, oh. Okay, go on.
Sometimes there are.
It's like bad drivers and that. Those are it.
Sometimes there are big people who just fucking can't help it because they're big people. We have
J-Wolf.
J-Wolf, Jacob. We have our buddy Jacob.
But he's also like 7'3".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, he can't help that. He is fucking 7'3", and you know he's just fucking 400 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
Like we do merch for Robert O'Burst, and that dude
fair.
is a fucking mountain.
Massive
like,
dude.
He's 6'8", 400 pounds.
He's a
Not
big guy.
and athletic.
Yeah, I mean he can't help being that big. Like I remember the first time I met him. Like you can visualize like what that is until you see it in person. Like with was it J-Wolf? He's the I think I met him a few times, and then like
the big guy that follows us around the SHOT Show.
Like,
he's that's
big
just
dude.
a mountain of a human
Can't
being.
help that.
Yeah.
No.
In the words of fucking Oliver Anthony, if you're 5'3" and 300 pounds, maybe taxpayers ought not pay for your bag of fudge rounds.
I love that we dove into we hate cyclists, we hate fat people, and someone wearing a Demolition
Speak for
Ranch
yourself, Bunker Brandon.
trying to launch ourselves into the internet. It's like people who ride bikes, fuck people who eat too much, and remember that time someone tried to kill Trump in a Demolition Ranch t-shirt?
I love like fuck people who ride bikes for exercise, and also fuck people who don't.
That's kind of what it adds up to.
You won't get any of that on the Sanders channel. Coming to you soon.
We have said though, now that we're like on camera, I was like, this is like a time we really need to take that opportunity to get our shit in check a little bit, get a little more in shape, feel a little bit better about yourself.
It keeps you in shape. I will say I'm so thankful about staying in shape because of the internet.
Right, because you want to look a certain way.
Bring back bullying. Am I right?
I feel like the world is these days. It's kind of wild.
You go on. We talked about that earlier, where I was like, man, you get on Twitter or IG comments now. As
Instagram
a whole,
is
and you're
bad.
Like, oh no, what's this video? Because my
you're talking about our algorithm,
dude. Because mine is like heartfelt, and then I don't know when I click on my comments. I'm like, whoa.
I do. If I see something like that, I know. Like I look at the comments, I'm like, this is gonna be bad.
I can say comments. And all our texts comment, dude, the comments, bro.
I think I sent Cody a reel the other day. It was like the day that TikTok was banned for like 12 hours or whatever, but it was like the day before, like leading up to the count. And it was the scene from, I forget which Matrix it is, but they're all in like the big mech suits with machine gun hands getting ready to fight the tentacle octopus things come through the wells. Like me and the boys getting ready to defend our racism app against the teenagers dancing. So Jesus.
You took a drink at the wrong time.
Oh no.
Dude, they almost took over a racism app.
I don't know when fucking Twitter or X and Instagram became the same thing, but now my entire fucking Instagram reel feed is just car wrecks.
Oh no.
I was like, damn, when the fuck did this get here? The TikTok refugees don't even know where to start.
Gosh.
Oh god, TikTok refugees is such a good term.
Yeah, dude, they tried to fucking take over my Instagram racist app, dude. They tried.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like, on a good note, I feel like we should do a like an unsub fitness challenge, like a 90-day challenge or some shit like that. That'd be fucking
fun.
rad.
I would start that whenever this episode goes out. I'm all down.
I'm about it. Start fucking boxing every day again.
Done. They
Yeah,
start
you were
at 6 in
super
the
in
morning
shape for a
till
while there.
6 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Oh, that was such a backhanded comment.
Thanks.
I don't mean that.
Remember when
said
you
for
were
a
in
little
shape?
while.
That was cool.
You're not out of shape now. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Way to backpedaling. You're not out of shape now.
Wow, we bring them on the podcast and they make fun of
You know what I
Brendan.
mean. I'm not in shape.
What does he mean?
I think it'd be fun if all the hosts on Unsub took YouTube boxing matches at the same time on the same card.
We talked about it at some point.
And fought each
Talk about
other?
them.
No, just
Oh,
like
okay.
other people. You know what I mean? But like we're all
couldn't
on the
hit
same
anybody at
card.
this table.
You hit me.
No, we're not fighting each other.
Nice.
We're not fighting each other. I don't think any of us are in the same weight class even. But I mean, if we all fought on the same card against other,
I just mean people are like, why don't you
YouTubers
box
or whatever.
Donut? I'm like, I don't want to hurt him.
I want to hit my friend. Yeah.
Same thing. I don't want to hurt Brandon, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that
We're
Cody
like sparring. We're
Brandon's
just
gonna
like, do
hurt
you
you.
just want to go to the bar?
He's calling you a he said he doesn't want to
He's
hurt
assuming he would win.
I'm saying both of us would pull punches. Probably,
Exactly.
I guess.
I would
Yeah.
hold back against Brandon. If I had to fight Brandon, I would hold back.
because you
I
think
wanna
he's
fight somebody
weaker
I
than
don't
you.
like.
Because I love Brandon.
Oh, okay.
Who's that?
I'm just
never-
trying to start a feud.
I'll never
You're gonna
forget.
hold back? What the fuck?
Because the one time we were sparring, because we were training for my fight, and I fucking like let loose on one punch and like fucking immediately like bloodied your nose or your lip or something. And I was like we're sparring still like on the clock. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, man. And you're like still with mouth guard in. You're like, that, fucking that, do that again.
I was like, I'm used to fighting, so it's like, if I'm not getting hurt, I'm like, But when he hit me, I was like, there we go. That made me actually, and I was telling you, I was like, that's the first time I couldn't read. I was like, it was a surprise punch, and it hit me.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I want to see every time.
Yeah.
Fucking swing
Yeah.
like that.
It was like genuine surprise, but and like you were like,
You got it.
that.
I was so
fucking
happy.
keep doing
Yeah,
that.
every
so
time.
happy.
Yeah.
It's like, there we go. That's what I want to
It
see.
would just be hard to train against you guys. Because I would seriously hold back. Like, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, you feel like you never go full force.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
okay.
Never
Hit
go
me.
full force.
Then we come here, we're just, I'll grab you another White Claw, Cody, since I have to fight you next week.
Yeah, just keep serving.
Was that the new Gorilla Mind stuff?
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't. This is not
The
a fucking
energy
paid
drink?
anything.
Yeah, they have a lot of
Because
caffeine.
it's a
I haven't
Derek,
seen
like
that.
more plates, more dates.
Say 400 milligrams.
300
Is that the-
milligrams.
is that the
It's
lock-
more-
is
it's
that
a
the-
whole bunch of everything
Is
else.
that
Yeah.
the Lock and Load company?
It is actually. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I knew he had it. I never tried it.
has 200 milligrams of caffeine. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
that's
a-
not that
a
bad.
Normal,
That's like the usual, like Celsius or Alani or whatever.
Yeah. I had cut all caffeine for a long time after
Ew.
my heart stuff. Just to like,
after you died a few
yeah.
times.
Yeah. I died a few times.
Yeah, didn't you have a fucking heart attack, dude?
No, I didn't have a heart. It straight up stopped.
It just stopped. So the electricity from his brain to his heart stopped.
Is
It's
that like
it
a
stopped
genetic-
completely 4 times. Yeah.
Is it AC or
Like what-
DC?
I don't know. That's a good
What?
question. AC
All
or
right,
DC?
thermodynamics.
I don't know.
So
was
what's
me being
funny?
It flew
retarded.
over my head with that one. Yeah.
The first cardiologist I saw, he was like, looked at my chart. He goes, "I'm a plumber. You need an electrician.
Yeah.
I'll go find you a guy."
So we got a
Like,
So
pacemaker.
Nick walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good news.
He's like, I got you, bro.
And,
Why are you here, Nick?
but I was just saying that to like, I stopped.
Yeah.
I didn't feel any better. I just felt like shit all the time still. Like getting off of caffeine for, it was almost like 6 months.
Yeah, it was a while.
I was like, when's my body going to be like, hey, we can do this on our own?
We don't
it
need
just
to.
never came back.
No.
And so like I slowly,
I feel like we're at the age where you don't get it back,
yeah,
right?
I'm
Like
just
that's
still
just,
now I'm just tired and I can't drink coffee or energy drinks. Like this sucks.
I got there at one point too because like I used to drink like fucking 3 white monsters a day.
Yeah, I was
gosh.
bad.
I was like prescribed Adderall and everything like that. Like to
and
this
drink
day,
monsters.
I can't take that stuff. I can't do like huge amounts of caffeine. Like I
Yeah.
can't drink full energy drinks without having like a fucking panic attack.
Yeah, I
don't
have
know
to
when
be
that
easy
happened.
on it now. After his old stuff,
Yeah.
apparently a little trauma gives you panic attacks. So I got those.
Crazy.
Yeah,
And I had to lean
watch your
off
husband
of it.
die 4 times in a
It
36
changes
hour
things,
span.
you know?
and-
Yeah.
Were you actually like flatlining or just
He
like,
flatlined
no.
4 times.
holy shit?
One of
okay,
them was
I
for
didn't know that
21
part.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
So-
literally flatlining and it's like,
Yeah, so
they-
no,
What
They didn't
happens when
shock
you
him. They
die,
got it
Clint?
back.
nothing.
That's what I hate this conversation.
did you,
does.
you see
Oh,
nothing?
I accidentally fucking opened
No,
that
not
one
like
up.
that.
Sorry.
I'm not
No,
gonna fight
go.
about it. No.
You sold the fucking void, buddy.
Yeah.
So
What's the
it
void
is
like?
Black.
But also, one of the
like
the time he
sleeping,
was
that's what
out
I always
for
say.
the time he was out for 21 seconds, when he was coming back,
Yeah. So I was hooked up. Like we know it was 21 seconds because I was hooked up to a monitor.
yeah, he was in the hospital when that happened. He was already on monitors, so they actually tracked it.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was waking up, he said, "I'm hallucinating," and I was like, "Okay, what are you hallucinating?" I'm like trying to get
don't
him back
remember
up.
that,
He doesn't
though.
remember saying it.
So
at
what
all.
I remember every time, feel dizzy for a second, black,
Just out.
lights out, and
Yeah.
then like slowly every time the first thing I remember is hearing Jenna's voice, and that was like my like grasp on reality, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, I like, yeah, wake up, like fucking
was
get
crazy.
there, and then like I slowly come to, and everybody in the room's like, what the fuck just happened?
You still alive?
And funny story, dark humor. That's how we get through it, right?
Yeah.
Dark humor. the first time it happened, we were at lunch. Me, Jenna, Mikey, David. We're sitting at a booth in a Chinese restaurant in Bernie. Apparently,
You can't say what.
I'm not going to say what restaurant. And
We all know anyway.
hit the table, roll out of the booth. And like I'm out. That one, I think I
He
hit
was
my
out
head.
for like a minute on the
and,
first
like,
one.
I
Like
was
we
for
had an
sure
ambulance on the
concussed.
way.
I played football my whole life. I know what a concussion feels like.
Yeah.
The rest of the day, I was for sure concussed.
Yeah, definitely. You were out of it. It's
So
crazy.
I wake up. I'm like, it's fine, guys. It's fine. I get back in
Everyone in the restaurant is like, it's not
Yeah.
fine. Like everyone is freaking
sit
out
down
at that
at
point.
the back of the table, and I look around. Everyone's quiet, and I go, "Sorry, I ruined your Black Panther party."
That's your t-shirt.
And David just looks at me and was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I can laugh now, but everybody at the table was like, shut up. We were all fully traumatized at that point.
So not to like be fucking gay about it or anything, but like how has that kind of like shifted your perspective on stuff?
It's so the first year was tough. Like,
Yeah.
I still don't have a diagnosis. I have no idea what happened. My body just
They
ran out of
literally just said
electricity
electricity
to pump my
stopped.
heart.
Yeah.
That's more terrifying.
Right.
Right.
So now I have a pacemaker, and
Yeah.
in a couple weeks it'll actually be 2 years. The
It was
first
that long ago.
yeah.
Man, it feels like it was a couple months.
Same.
That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it really
Yeah.
does.
So yeah, I have a pacemaker in. It is working most of the time. The last time I actually got it checked,
Yeah.
I go in, they put this device on me, and it like sends all the information to it, which is modern medicine is freaking crazy.
It's weird. They can speed up his heart while he's sitting there
That's
and
how they
lower
check
it
to
and
make sure
watch
it
it to
works.
make sure it's working
I
correctly.
put this thing like
It's
over my
crazy.
shoulder. Doctor gets the laptop out. He's like, "Okay, clickety clack, clickety clack." Drops my heartbeat down. You don't feel that, right? Because your heart beating slower isn't that big of a deal. And then he's like, and then I just feel my heart racing. And when you're not exercising, you're not doing anything, and then your heart just starts like at 120 a minute.
It's called a panic attack.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's
That's
like-
what, exactly.
It is. It's such a crazy feeling. But he said so. Right now, my device is working about 80% of the day. So.
Yeah.
80%
Thank goodness
of
for
the day,
pacemakers,
my
yeah.
heart is not beating on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And that
wild.
is
Your
really,
heart is just. You
done.
need that fucking.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's
So-
basically what they told us. They were
We're-
like, it's not going to work on its own anymore. So
We
we're
are
gonna have
living
this device.
cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
fucking
goodness they
crazy.
have that.
Right.
I mean,
And so it took a long time. It was more of a mental game than anything,
Yeah.
right? To like come to grips with I'm okay, right? Like
Right.
it's not gonna happen again. I'm fine. And it was probably like almost 18 months or so into it that like I finally was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. Like
it took some real adjusting
yeah,
for sure.
I'll be okay. And
I imagine like even just like on a day-to-day anxiety basis,
Mm-hmm.
like that's got to kind of weigh over you.
For
like,
sure.
This could be it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. When we got home from the hospital, we have a close friend who's a doctor, and he started getting really nervous when he first saw the kids. That's like a kind of shocking thing.
Yeah, I was in the ICU
And he
for
said
4
it,
days.
he was stuck for a while. And so once we got home, he saw the kids and he started panicking a little bit. And we called our friend and he came over and like gave us like a pep talk basically.
Yeah.
It was like his heart can't stop now. Like
Yeah.
even when he dies, they have to turn the pacemaker off or his heart it'll keep
Right.
beating. Yeah.
Like when I'm old and like it actually is time,
yeah.
it will keep pumping until
They'll
the
have to
doctor
turn
comes
it
in and
off.
shuts it off.
Yeah.
Like
It's
now,
crazy.
I've done the research. I'm like, so I'm just pumping blood until somebody realizes. No, apparently, like when you actually die and all the function goes, the heart just stops, and so it just like shocks
keep-
it with no actual like
pumping.
pumping.
action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you don't like just like fucking phase in and out of heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here. I'm gone. I'm here. I'm gone.
Yeah. Like, hey, oh shit.
Lagging at the
Yeah.
pearly gates.
Sorry, St. Peter. I'm doing like fucking 10 frames right now.
Fuck, I'm further back in line. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
so
crazy.
like my cardiologist is super cool, and
Yeah.
he was like, you're young, you're healthy. I think it was almost 2 years before that I ran the New York City Marathon. Like I'm a healthy guy. Like
So what, like 30, 35?
I'll be 36 in like a couple months.
So
Yeah,
like
you can-
shortly before that, we had done the beer mile. It was
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
This was like 3 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You can, and to stress how athletic you are, how fast could you run a mile in your like peak?
So the fastest I've ever done a mile is like 6:30 ish.
But you can continue that.
But yeah,
But that's
so
at 250. I mean, he's
yeah.
a big guy. Yeah.
Like going back a little bit, he won the Bernie beer mile, which is, you chug
Beer
a
mile
beer,
champ.
quarter mile, chug a beer, quarter mile, chug a beer
Yeah.
for a mile. And he fucking blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
So turns
was
out
your
I found
time?
my sport.
Drinking
beer and running.
It sounds like the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
the Bernie beer mile.
And so we found out about this thing, and we're like, man, me and Matt were like, that seems super simple. Like, you know, it should be fine. And then we found out the record was like 10:40 or something like that. And I was like, I 1,000% can beat that. And so we started training, just drinking water and running. And like I have a ton of videos in my phone leading up to it where like, I'm on a run, I finish the run, I run inside, crack a beer, and fucking chug it, and like, let's fucking go. And like me and Matt were just being meatheads to each other, like getting amped up for this beer
So
mile.
that's a
Per
long
usual.
way to say you were hammered at 9 a.m.
Yes. So my time, the world record is like under 6 minutes, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
We
I
looked
think.
into it. It was really crazy, actually.
My time was 8:32.
And
Damn,
just
you were
for the,
cooking. And the previous record was 10 minutes.
Yeah, you practiced with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I practiced with you guys that one day when the old
When the
lady,
old lady,
the lady
yes.
came and kicked us out. And
Oh,
fucking-
yeah. I
remember
forgot
that
about
story.
that.
We tried to train in the middle of the street at 9 o'clock in the morning. This lady just comes outside and sees a white like folding table with like 40 beers on it.
Yeah.
And us dude just like fucking slamming it. And then we just run away. She's like, hey!
She was pissed.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Influencing.
She wrote a letter to Matt saying how disappointed she was that we put
Yeah.
that on YouTube of her yelling.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Oh yeah, she came out there and she was fucking screaming at us.
She was not
and-
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
hold on, tell me about these beers.
So it actually, it was at a brewery in town. So it wasn't even like,
are these like craft brewery beers or
Yes.
like Busch Lights?
no, like craft
we
beers.
we were practicing for it. Lady screamed at us. We went back to Matt's house. We did
yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
We did 2 that morning.
Yeah.
And then so when he actually did the thing, it was craft brewery beers, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just because we were slamming like Coors.
Yeah, it was just like Coors Light,
Normal,
like
yeah.
Sessies
like
or
water
something.
beer, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there was one dude that was keeping up with me the whole time. Again, he's just like a skinny, like he looks like a runner.
He
I
was a
look
runner
like
for
me.
sure, yeah.
And like he shows up thinking he's got this. And I got him out the gate and he's like struggling to keep up. I'm like, how is this chubby guy keeping up? And so I remember we're coming into the last beer neck and neck. And if you puke, you're disqualified.
Right.
And so I'm just staring at him. He's staring at me, and we're drinking. And he like spits up and like pukes up a little bit, and I just go, "Puker!"
It was so dramatic.
What were you guys drinking?
Just whatever the
It was
beer
so they
that-
gave it. It was
Probably
4 different.
heavy ass.
Yeah,
beer.
it was 4 different beers. There was a dark beer in there for
Yeah.
sure.
Wait, is it 4
It was
full
the 4
beers?
different ones they
So you
offered.
drink a beer,
Yeah.
run a quarter mile. Yeah, drink a beer, quarter mile. So
They were bottles.
4 beers, 4 quarter miles, 8:32. And then when you're done, you realize I just chugged 4 beers in 8 minutes.
And my heart's pounded quick.
And
Yeah.
like 5 minutes later, I told Jen, I was like, I'm kind of drunk.
They were
Like,
all drunk. And then they went tubing for the rest of the day. And
Yeah,
we're just
that was-
so incredibly hammered
it
by
was
the end of the day.
sloppy. So
It was
all
sloppy.
that to be said, I'm a healthy dude. And so my cardiologist is like, you're fine. Don't think about it. There's actually now the only thing that was wrong with you is fixed. You can go back to your life. You can drink caffeine. You can drink beer. Like just be
Yeah.
a little more mindful of like what you do. And so that's
So
that's
is there
kinda where I'm
like
at.
like you charge it somehow or like
No, so it's got a battery. I can tell you how much battery life I have.
Yeah.
It's like a conductive charger where like you like lay down in bed. And
No,
it, like,
there's no
sits
charger
under
at
the
all.
bed.
No,
No.
he'll have to get it replaced. What did they tell us last time? 10 years, I
About
think.
10 years, I'll need a new battery.
Yeah.
And then after about 30 or 40, I'll need a new device.
What's even crazier,
Damn.
they did the pacemaker surgery
my
while he was
Duracell
awake.
lasts like a week.
Yeah.
So,
Bullshit.
when you-
So is it like a fucking watch where you like just walking around recharges it?
Wouldn't that be
no,
nice?
yeah, it doesn't recharge at all. I don't know what's going
How the
on.
fuck's it last 10 years?
I
It is
don't
really
know.
crazy, especially working at 80% of the time. Like it's nuts.
What I'm pulling from this is when you die, there's just darkness.
Yes, that's all I saw. That's all.
Shut up!
Jenna said one time I said
Hate that.
I'm hallucinating,
Mm-hmm.
but the other 3 times, like it. Sorry guys, it's just black.
What was it like before you were born?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you just didn't
what I
get
was
far
saying.
enough because you still had brain activity,
Maybe.
right?
The pendulette thing.
That's what I tell
Where-
myself to feel better.
It's like yeah, even if you're not a religious person, because like if you're
Right.
a religious person, obviously you think that there's like an afterlife and everything like that. Like there's a place that your soul goes once you're gone.
Right.
But even if you're not, it's like the pendulette argument where it's like, is the year 1890 scary to you?
Yeah.
Well, you weren't there for it, so yeah, it's just like the year 2190.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not there.
So
Yeah.
I have 11 years of battery life left.
Yeah. And then he'll go get
Oh,
it.
tell.
Yep.
Damn.
He can keep an eye on it.
Yeah. You want to see my heart beat? I think.
Oh, that's creepy.
No,
man.
I'm joking. You
I'm
can't actually see it.
living
But
in
like,
the future.
yeah,
Watch, I
it
can
says
stop it.
it's active and it's transmitting to my phone.
That's all set.
And then
Just like
this-
we love this trick. Starts. Comes back on. It's a party trick we do.
So this transmits to my phone transmits to the cloud, and if something weird happens, my doctor gets an alert.
Yeah.
So if you go on Splash Mountain and your phone gets wet, you're fucked.
No.
No,
The phone doesn't go. No.
So like right after once again, it took me a while to
everybody
get.
have a good ride.
Yeah. So last year when I trained to do the Murph. The first time I ever did it, because I was like, so a year to the day, I trained myself back up, bench 315, and then started training for the Murph because I was
That was
like,
the goals. Yeah.
I'm gonna, I got to get back to normal.
The Murph is the 21:15.9, right?
No, it's a
No.
run. It is
It's
100,
a
200,
mile.
300, and 1 mile.
No, it's a mile, 100 push-ups, 200 or 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, a mile.
Yep.
100 pull-ups.
I
Fuck
never
you.
done it before because I can't do pull-ups. I'm 250. Like
Yeah.
pull-ups at that big don't work. But one of my friends is a fighter pilot here in town, and he does a big thing at his house every year. And he's like, "You got to do it." Like, so
Just
I
try.
tried.
How long do you have?
I
As
trained
long as
It's as long as you
yeah.
want.
You
The time
want to
doesn't
do
matter.
under like a good time is like under an hour.
Yep.
You can split it up too, though, right?
Yeah. So like I did.
Usually 10, 20, 30 is what I
Yes.
would do rule of thumb.
Yeah.
10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30 after the
Yeah,
run.
or you can even go like 5, 10, 15 if you're getting too tired, right? But so as I'm training, my heart spikes and it's going crazy. I had an appointment with my doctor like 2 weeks into training. He was like looking at my stats. He was like, "Have you changed anything about your life recently?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm seeing some crazy activity on your stuff. Like, what were you doing on Tuesday at like 5:30 last week?"
It's crazy they
I
can
was
just know that. Yeah.
"Oh, I was working out." He was
Yeah.
like,
What were you doing at your house approximately 11 o'clock p.m.?
yeah. So it's
Well,
like
doc,
yeah, it's that detail that like he saw. Yeah,
for approximately 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Casanova over here.
I know. Wow, look at him showing up.
So yeah, it's
I was trying to pump you up, man. I don't know.
we're living in the future.
Yeah.
And so I even think about like in 30, 40 years when I have to change my device, like what
gonna
the
be so
fuck's the
different,
technology
yeah.
going to be then? Like I'll straight up just be a robot. Like
Yeah. Or
it's
maybe
weird.
they can just charge the one you have and you don't have to get a whole surgery for it.
Yeah, because the surgery.
Use the old. Jenna's like, use the old one, please.
Yeah,
Don't update.
I was awake for the surgery. But no, the surgery was nuts. I was awake for it the whole time. They did
Yeah.
not put me under.
Wait,
No, what?
They
Wait,
give him
hold the
fentanyl.
fuck up.
Yeah.
You want to know how hardcore fentanyl is? You can have heart surgery on fentanyl and you don't feel it.
Did
Were you
just
looking
ask
down?
Did you just
They
ask a
covered.
cop?
Yeah,
Like, you want to know how hardcore fentanyl
No,
is?
like that's what like
It
it,
changes the history of mankind. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
it fucking
like
does.
that's actually how
Changes
insane
the
it is.
course of
If
2020.
people have never seen it in real life or know, like that's how fucking crazy this drug
Yeah.
is. Like
It's nuts.
You were awake. for
1,000%. What's crazy? I hope my doctor watches this and he sees it. Well, the stereotype of surgeons is what? They're like the bros of like medicine
Yeah.
because you have to be confident to like
Right.
I'm gonna put something in this 34-year-old's body so he doesn't fucking die. I'm the man, right? Like that's
Yeah.
how you have to think.
I hope that's how my surgeon thinks.
Right.
The goal, right? Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready.
That's the stereotype. Like, on,
That's not what you want.
like, did anybody watch Scrubs? Right?
God,
like
I just hope my surgeon's not a cyclist.
They all are.
Full
Yeah.
circle.
They also shake your hand very shittily.
yeah.
You ever notice
Dainty
that
hands.
anytime you meet a doctor?
They got to
Yes,
keep
they're-
their hands soft and nice, right?
It's
Anybody like
but if someone's like,
that? If
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
that
yeah,
big
yeah.
fat handshake, you should be euthanized.
Oh my god.
I don't know, but they fucking do surgery on our hearts, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fucking
The
So-
two worst handshakes is like the little like that, and the guys who like only seen a handshake in a cartoon, so they think you need to go fucking 1 foot of vertical movement.
dude. Every
I hate
fucking
them.
surgeon I've ever met, though, dude, it's fucking.
Gotta preserve the hands. That's the livelihood.
Yeah, it's true.
So they don't tell me or Jenna that I'm not going under before
No, I had
this.
no
This is
idea.
why you pay for Pepper Box.
Yeah. And so they strap me in to the bed, and then like she's like, "Hey, we're gonna give you fentanyl. We're not putting you under. If
It's Tuesday.
if you feel anything, let us know."
Casual.
They numb me around a little bit.
It's not even Fat Friday.
I know.
They
They
put this.
usually do it.
They put a curtain over my head so like I don't want to look. And right before it happens, I hear a doctor walk in, and he says to some other doctors, like, I can't. I wish I could remember. I was on fentanyl. It's hard to remember stuff. And he says something along the lines of like, "Let's fucking do this." And like I hear a high five. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
I was just like, that was
I got
like-
It put me at so much at ease at this like.
they just seen a hand go up looking for a high five.
This dude's got me. I'm gonna be fine.
Dude, I would be so hyped. That's fucking rad.
Crazy.
Dude, I'm still more surprised that it makes sense. You can't see it. That's like one of the rules, but
Yeah.
it's also like,
That's shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people in my this bothers the fuck out of me because I've never been put under for any sort of surgery of any
Oh, wow.
kind.
that will happen soon.
Well, here's the fucking issue.
Don't fucking tell him that.
When you get your
family-
butthole examined, that's what they do. They put you under unless Brandon wants to go wrong.
He's not close to 40.
That's all Brandon
My doctor
said.
just kisses me on the neck.
That too.
My
New doctor.
My family has a thing where like people in my family have the whatever the gene is where you wake up during anesthesia all the time, but you're paralyzed. So it's basically like sleep paralysis,
Yeah.
but you feel everything.
Like locked in syndrome or whatever. Yeah.
A lot of people in my family have that.
That's
So I'm, like,
terrifying.
scared.
Yeah, don't
of
get
that
surgery.
Yeah, because you're not numb during surgery. You just
No.
are unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They wake up and they're like trying to like blink sporadically to tell the surgeon that they're awake.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that's all they can do.
And they
That's
usually they
fucking
like tape your
terrifying.
eyes shut normally, right?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Eli, have you been under before?
Yeah, with the when they do the was it the and
Colonoscopy.
and then the other
Man,
one.
I just hate the
Endoscopy.
movement of your
Endoscopy?
index finger. during
Yeah,
that.
I was like this, and they knew. See, it worked. Dictionary,
Nick,
but
you-
it is the same. Like I was put under, and they're like, "Hey, we're like it's both," and you're
They're gonna high five inside of you.
yeah. And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, and I was like, "Is it like at the same time?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll do one," and the other was like, "Same thing," and I'm like, "No," I was like, "I was just kidding." But it is. You are okay. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
da. And then you're out, and I woke up. Sav's the one that said, I think she's told it. Like the doctor's like, Eli, wake up, and I was like, I don't remember. I don't remember like 5 minutes of coming to, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, it
I
takes
finally
a
was
while.
like, Sav's talking. I was like, oh hey, what's up? She
Yeah.
was like, babe, what the fuck? I was like, I'm sorry.
Anesthesia's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, Nick, you just had surgery recently,
Yeah.
right? How,
Your pec?
I've had a bunch of surgeries, yeah.
You had a shoulder, right?
Yeah, I've had both pecs, tonsils.
Yeah, I've had a bunch too.
ACLs. I've had all kinds of shit.
what was going under for you?
I've done surgery so many times that I dick around the whole time.
You like
So,
try to
like-
make it to 10.
Well, every time,
Yeah.
every time they're like they lay you down, they put like the mask over your face or whatever, and like the anesthesiologist like, okay, I want you to count slowly backwards from 10. I'm like, what is it for Francisco? And I just made it, and then I'm like, out. Yeah, and it's like
I started laughing at that one. I'm like, that was a good one.
That is the
Yeah.
most Nick shit I've ever heard in my life.
every time I do that now,
That's so
awesome.
good.
and then I just wake up in the after room. It's fine.
Yeah.
How many surgeries have you had, Nick?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
God.
At least 5, maybe more.
Yeah. I think I've had
And not a surgery, just one.
Yeah, one. I had my wisdom teeth removed.
4 or 5.
You were
yeah,
so
I've
afraid
I've
of
had
that.
5, 6.
Jenna's had a bunch.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Put me
I've had-
under 6 times?
Yeah.
What the
Over
fuck did
time,
you
I
do?
had my knee, my shoulder, my gallbladder, my thyroid, and then 2 different mouth surgeries. Yeah.
Jesus.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. When
I love
so
that anesthesia.
Well, I mean, it beats the alternative.
Awake.
yeah, right. yeah.
The Civil War.
When Jenna and I met in high school, we've been together forever.
We've been together for like 18 years, yeah.
She had a tumor on her thyroid.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like the second or third time we'd hung out. Like I was already like super into her. And she didn't preface anything. She just like, hey, check this out. And like leans back. And just this big lump on her
It looked like
throat
an
shows
Adam's
up. And I was like,
You're a guy?
fine.
He
It's
looked
like,
down.
oh,
There was a big
shit.
lump down there too,
Yeah.
and I was scared.
Yeah.
We made out.
It's like Thailand all over again.
And she was like, I have a tumor. And I was like, whew. I mean, that sucks.
It was big. It was like the size of a chicken egg, and it was on top of my thyroid. So like, it was in my throat, but if I leaned up like this, it would poke out. So it looked.
Yeah.
I would just fuck with people all the time, honestly.
Yeah, poor Clint.
I can't.
I'm just
I
doing
mean,
do
if
your
her
deep
Adam's
voice.
apple's
Yeah,
bigger
like
than
this one.
mine.
Yeah.
It was weird, but
They
it's
just
gone.
they just went in there and
They
pooped
took the
out.
tumor out. And they took out half of my thyroid. I've got like a scar across here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, holy
Good
shit!
now. Yeah. It's really light. I was 18, so I was young. It's aged well.
So you said you guys have been together for 18 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since 2007. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Crazy.
Well, I hate that math.
Yeah.
I know. It makes
Brandon
you old,
was
right?
It's my.
12.
I was in 8th grade.
2007. Yeah. Toward the end of it, yeah. I was 11, 12. Yeah.
How old are you, Clint?
I forget
30.
your
I'm 35.
I'm 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. I almost said I'm the oldest. I know Eli's got me.
Just a little
Us young
bit.
guys over here.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. We just hired a new kid at the bunker probably a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I was putting his stuff 2006.
Born.
It was like,
Crazy.
oh.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
no, wait.
hurts.
What's
Like-
9/11?
Yeah. I was like that.
Do you
It was
remember?
the meme of the guy where he's like, excuse me, sir, I need your ID before I can serve you alcohol. 2004. It's like,
Yeah.
you need to be 21. I am.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a punch to the gut, you know?
Man, and I'm realizing now, like, as we hire people, I try to be the cool boss, but like, they're closer to my kid than they are to me in
Yeah.
age, and like they'll put on like some cartoon, and I'm like, Kaysen loved that, and they'll be like, we did too, and I was like, oh fuck.
They're
I'm
how
the
they
old guy
talk
now.
everything.
Yeah.
Especially you got both
So
of you got
different,
kids. Even John, it's that idea of how they talk, what they find interesting. It's a completely different messaging,
Yes.
Yeah.
style of content, and you're like,
Yeah. It's interesting.
Or yeah, when they were little, like, I want to be a YouTuber. Like, that's not fucking real. And then I got this
Look where we
job.
are now.
Turns out it is.
like, ooh. And now you have
It's
two.
weird.
How many kiddos do
We
you
got
have?
two, yeah.
And then they're getting older.
We've got a boy that's 14. He's going to high school next year.
Yeah.
Does he
Crazy.
know how cool his parents' job is yet? Or
I think so.
Yeah.
He appreciates what we do and the cool things that we get to do because of it. I think is a big part of it that he sees and gets it. He's a pretty cool kid.
When I first hung out with John, like years and years and years ago, we were at Drive Tanks. And like one of the first times we were hanging out anyway, and like he was shooting the fucking 50 cal on top of the tank. I was just like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I'm like, do you recognize how awesome
Man,
this
you
is?
have
Yeah.
no clue. Like
yeah.
when the first time I shot a full auto M2, I was like 20, and I like damn near came. Like that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's hard teaching your kids, especially growing up like our kids are growing up, just
Yeah.
being around all this awesome shit.
Such a different. Yeah.
You guys don't understand how freaking cool all
Yeah.
this stuff
Yeah.
is that
Right.
we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and trying to keep enough of like reality set into
Like
him,
normal
too, of,
life.
like,
Yeah. It's a balance for sure.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. He was just being a little shit, and I was just so mad. He wanted to do something that was just dumb. I was like, I didn't have air conditioning in my house until I was in 5th grade. You can fucking chill. And I was like, all right, take a step back.
Yeah.
Take a step
Like
back. It's fine.
perspective
It's
is
fine.
big. Yeah.
Dude, you and I are on the same path right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, because I just took him to SHOT Show for the first time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And that's a whole
He did pretty
experience
good.
in itself.
He
Yeah.
did really good.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you have no idea
Yeah.
what you're experiencing.
Your
right
world
now.
rocks.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
He's close in age,
I
right?
grew
They're
up
like
in
a year
fucking
apart.
Trailer.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
John's
we didn't come from
15 right
anything.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's it.
You eat macaroni and cheese because you like it. I ate it because I had to. We're
Right.
not the
You couldn't
same.
afford it or ramen.
We're not the same.
Yeah.
Appreciate this.
The first 2 years of starting my business on ramen,
Yeah.
I had the glass pan. Like
One.
that was my meals. All came from the glass pan.
Yeah.
Going out to eat at restaurants was probably once every few years.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm trying to teach John too.
Yeah.
Like it was such a joy to go to like fucking to go to Olive Garden or
Yeah.
I thought that
Chili's.
was. I
Yeah.
literally thought Olive Garden until 18 was like what rich people ate.
Yeah.
Like that was my mindset.
It was that and Red Lobster were like the special
unachieved
occasion
Applebee's or
places.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I had no
People
idea.
ask us like, "Oh, why do you go out to eat every day?" Because I fucking can.
Yeah.
It's like because I remember what it's like to
Because you've
not
earned
fucking
it.
do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I
there was
can't 'cause
a
of my
local
stomach.
restaurant in town that
Can relate. Yeah.
my mom would just barter dance lessons for us to like go eat at their restaurant for free, and that was
Really?
like
No shit.
we were excited about.
She did a lot of bartering.
Yeah.
I'll pay you
Yeah.
in dance lessons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we got to go out
She
to
owns
eat.
like a cheer and dance
It's out
studio.
there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exposure.
Yeah,
We were all poor.
I love it.
Take what you can get, right? Yeah.
One thing we all always have in common is just being poor as shit.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? That's where we come up from in this podcast. And like, I always get shit. They're like, you got money, you can buy a truck, you can do this and this and this. It's like, you don't understand. Everyone at this podcast, every one of my friends, we all grew up like very shitty.
Yeah.
Even like, because I didn't grow up like, but it's like we all remember what it's like to not have any fucking money.
Yeah, definitely.
Why do you think I went to war and thought it was a good idea? I have a
That speaks
great
volumes,
fucking
yeah.
lifestyle leading up into that. When I thought that was a glorified lifestyle, probably grew up pretty fucking poor. I was like, man, that sounds dope. And I make $3,000 a month. What?
It's wild.
Yeah, that was awesome hearing the first time when I went in the recruiter's office how much I'm going to be making.
Dude, and you are...
I get $3,000 a month? Are you really? I can do that?
G-Life.
And then you got fucking shot.
You're telling me if I work for 25 years, that's $1 million?
As long as you don't spend anything at all.
You work 20 years, you'll make $8 grand a month, I think is what a sergeant major makes in the Army after 20-something years.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is
that's crazy.
No, I tore my knee in high school playing football, and so I was told that like you can't join.
Just
So
wasn't an option.
anytime the recruiter would sit down and be like ACL surgery,
I wish I
I
had
didn't
that.
have to worry about it. Yeah.
My dad sat me down
Good
and
day,
talked
sir.
me out of. He talked me out
Military?
of joining because like I had a lot of friends that.
Good thing for the enemy.
It was
That's the next kid. Good day for the enemy.
it was just really funny because like that's what I always wanted to do because I had so many friends that were like their parents were SF stuff like that, like just growing up in Fort Bragg, like that was just the thing that you did. And my dad's just like, oh no, go to law school, and then like dropping out of like that path in life, dropping out of that like 3 semesters in, I was just like, well fuck, now I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Guess I'll try gun tube.
I knocked up my girlfriend in college.
Hey.
And then you met Jenna, right?
We were going to school to be a PE coach and
Graphic design.
graphic design.
Oh my
couldn't-
Great
God.
paying jobs.
Don't
out of the
take this the
gate.
wrong
Honestly, we
way.
made out great.
You
yeah,
look
I'm
like a
not mad at
PE
this.
coach.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the dodgeball at bunker hits different.
It
Yeah.
goes a little, yeah.
I wanted to be a coach, and now I'm glad I'm not.
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
You're welcome for
That's
getting
pretty
pregnant.
sweet. Yeah. time to drop out and get a real job.
Well, everything we do nowadays is like real job.
Yeah.
Sure. Fuck.
Spring
Yeah.
break 2010.
A
We're all
normal
lucky to
job
have a
actually
job.
sounds really good at times when you're like 9 to 5 would be fucking dope.
So you can just
Sometimes
come home and like chill.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still in the 9 to 5. Like,
Yeah, we've been lucky
world.
enough that like Matt was very family oriented in that, so that like 9 to 5 really was our hours all the time. Like we did normal hours, and obviously we did weekends out of town and things like that would add to it.
Yeah.
But we really,
Kept a
living the life,
relatively normal schedule
Yeah.
through it all.
do that. Keep that.
Yeah.
that's the goal. Yeah, always.
Yeah, anytime Nick comes into town, he's always just hanging out at bunker. He's like up at the ass crack of dawn, like there's nothing else to do. I guess I'll go get a coffee and go see what Clint's up to.
I mean, I don't know. I got little tiny kids.
You're
Yeah.
used to being up. Yeah,
Dad, get up. I want milk.
yeah. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm getting up at 7 every day.
Yeah.
You guys don't get up till 10.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, I'm not
that.
going to sit here at the unsub house by myself for 3 hours. I might just go hang out with Clint.
I want milk.
One of y'all needs to wake him up for milk soon.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna just stand over his bedside
Yes.
and be like,
Milk.
I need some fucking milk
Please give me some milk.
in
Dad,
my house.
Dad, get milk. Turn on Bluey. Fuck, fine.
You guys stayed over at my place last night. I just wake you up like standing over you. Nick, I want milk.
I need milk, buddy. What did we do last night, Brandon?
We went over to my fucking house and just watched both Roadhouses.
While King Trout
That's a good
made hot
night.
dogs.
Yeah.
4 in the morning?
Something like that.
Oh my
Three-ish,
gosh.
or yeah, something like that. We yeah.
I'm a wimp. I can't stay up late anymore.
I was last
we don't
night I was
either.
tired.
I'm
They were like,
tired.
"You coming?" I was like, I haven't slept much." And then waiting for food. I told you guys, it was waiting for food to show up. I'm like,
Just
I'm
knock it
awake,
out.
Savannah. I'm awake. Food got there at 8. I was like,
The amount of times I felt my phone on my face, like just
Smacking
waiting
it.
for shit. Like,
Yeah.
and you know you're so fucking exhausted. Like, no, I'm fine. I should go to bed. Yeah. But you guys had a good time. No hangover.
Yeah, well,
no, not at all.
That's a win.
Connor
I
was
wasn't
like,
asleep.
"Hey,
Oh.
we need hot dogs right now." It's like, "All right, buddy. All
At
right,
one
we're
in-
gonna
at
assist him."
1 in the
Hot
morning.
dogs.
Yeah,
And then he
yeah.
demanded that we only eat them with raw onions, which was giving Cody a panic attack.
Because raw onions are the fucking devil, dude.
That's an interesting
Cody's like,
take.
"You're not gonna caramelize them or like put them in a pan, nothing."
Chef Cody.
No, raw onions.
Speaking
to
of which,
expect
is
everybody
Connor-
else to do it is wild.
Is he alive? Is he here?
He's
yeah,
hurting.
yeah, he's alive.
he's
He came down
hurting.
for a moment.
I'm hurting too, man. Like that was I told you, I'm like, man, that last drink that night, well, last night, I'm like, that probably should have been a vitamin water.
Which one was your last drink?
There he
there he is.
There he is.
You're
Your
not talking
fucking
shit.
raw onions, you fucking crazy person.
dogs, princess.
Just
Can't do this raw onion shit. dude.
So after this podcast, Sicario at my house.
I mean, you do have ketchup and mustard this time. If Trout wants to make hot dogs, we won't have to wait on that.
I'm
this
such a
soon.
fucking
Do you have
bachelor,
onions?
dude.
you had to
I
make
said I'm such a fucking bachelor. I had to DoorDash ketchup and mustard.
that is definitely a bachelor thing about
Yeah.
having condiments and everything.
Yeah.
I will
Sad.
say this is the first time I've ever been over your house and there wasn't a ballistics gel head in the fridge.
There is. There.
It was in
You
the
missed
other
it.
fridge.
No, it's on my staircase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna shoot him. It's Hitler.
Cool.
Yeah, we're doing the. I don't know if I could talk about this yet on the podcast, but it's we're
We
doing
can
a
cut it.
video. It's the the assassination series and whatnot. It's going to be the gun that killed it, testing the gun that killed Hitler, and like basically recreating the shot. Like the same. I bought the original like Reich marked fucking PP. I think Walter PP.
So you're gonna go to like shoot the dummy and then stop and then film a vlog moving to Argentina, or what are you doing?
Exactly. But I'm gonna be like, yeah,
And then you're
Get to
gonna
the man, the dummy head in a plane.
talking about like
Oh,
the-
one shot of it landing with Argentina in the corner. I'm in a beach with a dummy.
That has to be the cut, like right before.
That's a good bit, and we might use that.
You should.
But no, just like the whole. I had a bit where I'm like, just like, yeah, no, I really want to do a video on the guy who killed Hitler, because like, man, everybody, if anybody was gonna like, anybody was a hero. If anybody is the guy you should listen to, it's the guy who killed Hitler. And I'm like, in the fucking earpiece. What's that? Oh.
Hitler versus Hitler. It's like a Mortal Kombat screen.
Geez, I think I told you guys about hanging out with that fucking dude that ran counter ops in Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place you can't go?
Yeah, there's
The
just-
cemetery.
yeah, there's just places you can't go, but there's a lot of towns in Argentina where there are very blue-eyed, tall, blonde people.
Wonder why.
And
we-
there are some cemeteries you
Clint?
just can't go to.
You guys want to do what gang does in Brazil?
I'm down for.
I want to go
whatever,
see
man.
the Confederados.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Huh?
That'd be interesting.
Explain.
Have you
That's
ever
a
heard about
real
the
thing.
Confederate?
After the Civil War,
Sounds like
It's exactly
when
what
they
you think it is.
lost, a bunch of Confederates were like, "Fuck this, we're moving," and they migrated down to Brazil. And there's like a couple of towns in Brazil that are completely founded, and the population is predominantly the descendants of Confederates. They're called the Confederados.
They like straight up
Never
do the
heard of
fucking
that.
Virginia reel in front of a Confederate battle flag.
Wow.
Like in fucking Brazil.
It's crazy.
150 years later.
Yeah, just like Confederate flags everywhere in Brazil.
That's insane.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
no.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
That's a good gang episode because that is a wild. You're just showing that, and you don't show where you are until you say it's like, oh yeah, by the way, none of these people speak English, or do they?
I don't know.
Dude, Frank.
I want to know if they do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That's what you care about.
Obviously.
I'm here to discover.
I'm gonna fight a bunch of Confederados.
I'm showing up in the blue
Crazy.
uniform. They can wear the
And
green
it's
one
like,
for the match.
That is in South America.
Yeah, that's
weird.
nuts.
I've not seen this.
Yeah, today.
Jamie, pull that up.
What the?
Yeah.
These are white people.
Well, yeah, they're
Well, yeah, they
Confederates.
move. It's a bunch of dudes from Arkansas.
How the
Yeah,
fuck?
That is nuts.
It's a bunch of dudes from Arkansas that got with a chick from the Quest for El Dorado. So like, it's lineage wise.
Bring up my cartoon crush like that. Okay.
Makes a lot of sense, actually.
Show Chell some respect.
Did we talk?
I'm so confused
I don't know
right
if we've
now.
ever talked about this in the podcast.
No,
you and I are in
I'm-
like a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, I'm so confused right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, you know where I'm going with this.
Oh, God. Go ahead.
When you did the gender swap app for all the boys in the podcast,
That was funny.
when you gender swapped me, it looks remarkably like Nick's wife.
Yeah.
Alarmingly.
Shut up.
Oh, bro, it's shocking.
We could be relatives.
That's
And
pretty crazy.
Nick has never looked at me the same since.
That's why he licks
Just
his lips
never
now.
shave your
Yeah,
beard.
wait.
Yeah, I was
Good
going
way
to
or
say,
bad
this is
way?
why I'm always happy you just keep the beard.
Stay
If you grow your hair out a little
Grow your
more and
hair a
shave
little
the
more.
beard off, we might have an issue.
An issue?
Nick Hornby.
Oh no! I really hate you're so good at jujitsu. Oh man!
Oh, boy.
Me and Eli are like, oh man, Nick's trying to fuck Brandon again. Dude.
Again.
Every time I get drunk.
Just this.
Stop giving him bush.
I loaded Nick up on Trin and Viagra. I shaved Brandon. I just wanted to see what happened.
I shaved Brandon as a sentence I never
Yeah.
want to hear again.
The Willem Dafoe picture you took.
We stapled a wig on Brandon.
Just Eli. I want to play a game.
Me and Eli are in the corner, like, you gonna stop him? No, I'm not stopping him, dude.
I'm pulling the bright wing watch thing up. The SOS beacon.
Welcome to Unsub, guys.
Yeah.
I love it here.
How was it when your like demo would come on the show? You're like, fuck, okay. Well, just gonna let
No,
this play
I
out.
mean, he's
Very
re-
family friendly in comparison to most of us.
but he's like,
Realistically,
but in real
like,
life, he's a real person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he definitely censors himself on his own channel because
Sure.
he knows that kids watch and like,
yeah, he does a great job.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
responsible about it. Yeah, for sure.
responsible. So it's yeah.
Nothing hurts me more than when like people come up to me in public. They're like, "Oh yeah, my son loves your stuff," and I'm like, "You're like 40.
Yeah, you're just like,
Like,
can't be that old.
How old are your kids? Oh, like, fucking 11." I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like that's a little young. for
Yeah.
Some of our shit.
Yeah.
I mean, something we've always appreciated about Demo is that he's the most wholesome out of all
Definitely.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Scott, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
him,
Scott too.
him and Kentucky Ballistas.
Yeah. They're good guys.
Pure people.
Yes.
And Zach. Zach got angry and wanted to start social media beef, and all of us were like, "No, that's our job. You have to stay pure.
We got you.
We'll do it."
When do you guys launch your channel?
We don't know yet.
I think either next week or the week after. So soon.
So after this
literally.
By the
episode's
time
out,
this should be up, yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I think
We're-
it should be out.
potentially. Now the one that
We'll send you a link.
yeah,
the link is in the description.
Yeah.
If they pay- no.
Yeah.
y'all's isn't. Y'all don't
Ours
know
is
yet.
going to be, so we're going to launch ours on the last day of Matt's.
Okay,
so
perfect.
when his last video is going to be the launch of our first video.
Are you going to be filming like
Did you
at
get-
the ranch or what? What's
Probably at the
what's
resort
thought?
for now.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of, we're not going to do the OG ranch, but the resort, we're going to use that. He said that we can use that until it sells. So
I think you got interrupted. I don't think you told the name of the new show.
So we're spitballing right now, and for now, we've landed on diversity hires. We got a woman, and then the two dudes. Yeah.
What are the two dudes?
Because I mean, they're
They're diverse. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't think so. Actually, Mikey, I don't think he keeps the lore alive, where he doesn't want anybody to know what his ethnicity is. So I'm not going to say that on
Racially
here.
ambiguous.
Right.
We know somebody like that.
Yeah. He's very. Yeah. Exactly.
He can be whatever you want him to be.
Right. Mikey likes to
Whatever's
keep the lore
convenient.
alive. No one knows how old he is, where he came
Yeah.
from, anything. So
Yeah, that part.
he wants to keep it that way.
He's done a really good job at keeping like everything so intriguing. Like,
Yeah.
what is Mikey?
No one
Where
knows.
does he come from? What does he do?
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, until we talked about it like a couple hours ago, I didn't know.
You had no
Yeah.
idea. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I've known him for like 5 years.
Yeah. So I
He
love
likes
those
it that
guys.
way.
Working with them, it's really become like family. I mean, that's how we feel. We're together all of the time, and we weren't ready to be done with YouTube, so we're gonna keep going.
Hell yeah.
We're excited about it. Yeah.
Sweet. Fucking wish you the best success. Cody, you want to
Thank
close
you.
us out?
We're going to close out. Are we
What?
doing an after show, Mr. Eli?
10 minutes. Let's knock it out.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming to the Unsubscribed Podcast. I was joined today by Eli Doubletap, Nick Fat Electrician, Clint from Bunker Branding, Jenna from what are we doing now?
Diversity hires.
Diversity Hires, one of our favorite people who works with Demo Matt, and worked with Demo Matt. Jesus fucking Brandon Herrera, myself, Donut Operator. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be on the Unsubscribe After Show on Patreon.
We're going to play Five Finger Fillet again.
We brought some Fireball for you guys.
We're going to do a shot of Fireball.
Yeah,
Let's
buddy.
do this thing, bro.
Oh my God,
Stop
you're
it.
actually doing it.
We love it.